How is our trigger quest? I hear some slight lag, but we'll see. Maybe it's time to change our category for a bit. We're gonna try some Zenless Zone 0 and see Sweetly finishes games. I'm trying. My PC is, or my games are giving me issues. Welcome, Misty Gris. See if we can do our trigger. Well, ZZ, the current BGM music sounds okay. Does it sound okay? This is a story that took place in the past. A story of a rookie proxy named Phaethon. Well, I froze for a second. With my sound or my actual avatar? Definitely better than HSR audio, my model. Maybe there is something wrong with my computer. We've been on 6th Street for a while now. How many internet commissions have we taken these past few days? Starting our business and video store from scratch will take time. That's possible tracking paused. Having this cozy little home with you is already much better than the life we had just after leaving the academy. As long as we slowly build our reputation, we'll eventually have a place to uncover clues. Your troubles will soon be resolved. I saw how hard you've been searching for commissions. I found an intelligence broker. As long as we can establish a long-term partnership, we shouldn't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. As your older brother, I also want to be able to help you. Now this takes place way back. I've done a good job. I've arranged to meet him at the store today. This feels like we just moved in. Welcome back, Fuyu from work. You have come back to a ZZZ segment. My sound seems fine currently. But no one's no one said anything. Watch the house, meet with the intelligence broker. We've been having some audio issues. As the front door is open, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there's still something slightly off about him. And this is when we first meet Shepard. These days, many young proxies lack the energy. This is us. I happen to have a recently issued commission. It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move to a small room with Shepard.
关于我们合作的第一单啊，这是一个寻人相关的委托，不需要战斗
We have some
或下
sound.
因此不具备任何的危险度。作为考察二位能力的委托，我想再合适不过了。
The sound sounds fine. For now, our first assignment together is a missing person commission.
我这样说可能对委托人有点失礼，但在空洞为人引路才是神将的职责。这里不需要下空洞的委托，
Commission that doesn't even
成我们
require
也没有意
stepping
义吧。
in a hollow seems kind of
请
pointless
不要
for
误会
us.
我绝对
How the
没有任何
sound
敷
seems
衍的意
fine.
思
I wonder why
我会指引
Star
二位的
Real.
空洞探路能力，这是神将的必修课。但其他能力就很因人而异了。
I'm not trying to
这也是
pass
推
this
荐这个
off
委托
on
的
you.
目的
Your
所在。
ability to navigate the hollows is unquestionable. But this will involve more than
实不相
that.
瞒，这次委托人给的信息又少又零碎，
Client barely
因此
gave us
寻人的
anything
效
to
率
work with
更能直观地体现二位的信息检索细。
except the commission.
话
All
都
the
说到
sound
这份
seems
上了
fine.
不接也说不过去。给我们看看委托内
The
容吧。
major point, guess we can't refuse now. Let's see the job. Shepard nods in satisfaction and pulls out 3 items from his pocket. A harmonica, sheet of music, and an old photo. Old photo of a woman with covered eyes. somewhat aged photograph, though the image remains fairly clear. We haven't had any audio issues. Trigger quest first. Maybe try to repair HSR from the Hoyo client. I hear some... Are there still some slight skips? HSR. I can try starting repair and see how it goes. A blonde young woman with her eyes covered leans against a wall. For some reason, her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter into pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness.
这3样就是委托人给我们的所有线索。
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues.
这位女性
We're looking for Trigger in this quest. This is the update is not here yet. It will be next week.
就靠一张照片吗？线索有点少呢。委托人也不清楚她的姓名、身份或
Just
者
a
活动范
photo.
围吗？
Client doesn't know her name, identity, or whereabouts.
什么用处？
What's the deal with the harmonica
更
and
多
the
的
sheet
信息，
music?
委托人似乎也不清楚。当然，
No
也可能只是骗多
more
说。
info.
不过，委托人告诉我，如果寻人陷入
Try
了僵局，
playing.
就试着用口琴吹响乐谱上的音乐。
I hear some slight stutters on my side.
那么，这个委托
Leave
就交
this
给2位了。我先告辞
commission
了。
in
如果
your
有任何进
capable
展，随
hands.
时在
Oh
线上
wait.
联系我。
There is some slight. I do hear some slight glitches. I think it might be my PC.
线索只有一张照片和一段乐谱，真是无异于大海捞针。
Single photo and a
你
melody.
觉得我们该从哪里寻找突破口？
哥哥，或许我们可以从匹兹港找找。蒙眼的女孩子的话，前一阵子我们在那边看海的时候，你应该还记得吧？
Port Elpis.
那天我
What
心
is
情
my
不太好，
repair
你
thing?
带我去看海散心，
Verify
我们还买了炸
integrity.
薯条。但你光顾
This
着
is
看
the
那个女孩子
new
说明薯条
sweet
都被海
pixel
王叼走
model
了
revealed today. Has quite a few toggles. It does look super cute. We also have a few
怎么
different
感觉你越
versions.
说越生气。我想起来了，那位女性确实很像照片上的。
I think I like this version a lot too. And then Chad seemed to like this one.
下回我会好好盯着手里的东西的。
Why is you cut off?
总之，多亏了零，现在我们有线索了。
Let's head to the
现在就去
port
港口吧。
and see what we can find. There does seem to be some glitching, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad in ZZZ. In Star Rail, for some reason, it gets really bad. New model comes with Pixel Voice too. Parking lot. Oh, this is our bamboos in the back. So everything else looks the same. Parking lot, says Nick. Let me proceed and see if the issue gets worse. Time to find the missing person. How long does the trigger quest take? I'll attempt to hack into the camera to check if she's been around recently. The 7? You actually remember my reviews? That's a bit over an hour. Welcome to Tater King, our fries and hot dog combo. Have you seen this person? Every 1 or 2 months. Never spoken to her and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around here. I can only talk to 3 out of the 6 people here. I see. Would you like some fries? Oh, because we have 6 options. I see. What else do we have? We have... I want to talk to the one on the top of the lighthouse. Try climbing... Just as you're about to try opening... But we can't... The lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained. Oh, and then we can ask McDown. I see. I don't remember seeing her. If she was on the dock's walkway, I definitely wouldn't have seen her. I suggest checking around there. Around the dock's walkway. Does that mean the walkway down here? There's a fishing... I can talk to... this girl over here. I'm walking all the way to the one at the end. What? There's a secret achievement you can do? I wonder if it's something to do with the size. It would be great if Sweet Pixel was able to press the button. I think if I had an Xbox controller, I might actually be able to press some of the buttons. Welcome back to Chimera. Oh, they're the contacts sent by headquarters? I've never seen her before. Now they go away after talking to 2. I see. And now we've talked to 3. I should head back and discuss the progress with Wise. Not this one all the way over out here. Go back. Oops. Thank you, Tamara, for the hydrate. Let me drink some water. Wise. Oops.
我没有找到他的踪迹，玲，你那边也没有。
之前觉得跑一次港口就能解决，还是我太天真了。既然都来了，就再试一试吹口琴吧，不知道有没有用。
You owe me fries before we head back.
哥哥，你都得再请我份薯条哦。
都听你的，不过。
Would you mind?
Rar,
we don't have a right talk on this model. I'm curious to how it sounds.
哥哥真是坏心眼。
哥哥真是坏心眼。
保证会吹成什么样子
？Pull up. I actually get to hear her play the harmonica. Whoa. I see it's actually a harmonica being played. Oh, we're trying the trigger story because my HSR was glitching with the sound. I think I'll probably restart my stream later and then hopefully it will fix it. The glitch is... Wait, the glitch is making it sound so bad? Wait, does it? That's not a glitch. I think that's how it actually sounds. It's not the... I don't think the sound was glitching here. It was pretty accurate. Whatever, you think it sounded good at least. The music continues for half a minute.
怎么说呢?
I said it's supposed to sound not very harmonious.
不过什么也没发生.
It sounds okay once you get used to it. But nothing happened, so I guess we should get some fries and head back. Oh, trigger!
刚刚是二位在用口琴吹
Are you the ones playing the harmonica?
我家妹妹不是故意吹成这样的。我们这就
She's the one that we're looking for. Let me move myself over. I make myself a bit smaller.
您是照片上的
You're the one we're looking for.
不好意思，因为没听到脚步声，刚刚完全没注意到您在旁边。
Welcome back to
不好意
Mafu.
思，我习惯了行动不制造声响，给您造成惊吓了。
Moving quietly a second
如果方便
nature.
的话，
I didn't
可以
mean
告
to
诉我，
startle you.
你们是在哪里学会
Where
这首
did
曲
you
子的吗？
learn that melody? Wise shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise. But now what? Bring her back
我
home.
们俩其实是绳匠，
That's deliberately out of
这首曲子是
tune
委
for
托
the
人给我们的。
story. That makes a lot of sense.
居然真的可以靠这旋律找到你们。委托人正在找您，具体事宜
The
我
client
们
is
不能换
looking
个地
for
方聊
you.。
好的，麻烦二位带路
Please
了。
lead the way.
我也
玲，那我们回店里。
好呀，回家吧。然后我们联系牧
We'll
羊人。
check in with
对
Shepherd.
了，请问要怎么称呼
Your
您？
name
真实的
is...
姓名我已经很久没有使用过，
Oh!
不过倒是有一个
I
专
see
属
this
的
is
代
where she
号，
calls us to call her
叫我卡荣就好。
Caron. Caron. And then we go back. You return to the store with the woman who calls herself Chiron. Along the way, you introduce yourself and share a bit about your fledgling proxy
卡戎小姐，
business.
我刚刚联络了负责派发委托的情报商，他很快会到店里来。您应该很快就能见到委托人了。
Shepard should be here soon and
请坐
you
在
can
沙发
meet
上
the
稍等。
client soon. Please take a seat on the couch.
非常感谢，请不用在意我。
Thank you, but don't
对了
mind me.
这个房间的
Second
电视
row
墙，从上网页第2行，从做网游第
it
3
has a
页的
connection
电视
issue,
有些接触不了
just like how I have an
有空
audio
休一下会
issue.
比较好。
You might want to check it out when you have time.
让我看
How
看，
did you spot that?
还真是。
I wonder there's
您是怎
been
么注意
some
到的？
lag lately.
难怪我
We
昨
did
天的
find
时候
out
感觉
Soldier
很严
11's
实
real name.
靠听力，我的眼睛因为一些意
I
外，
rely on my
几乎
hearing.
看不到什么东西，只能勉强看到周围环境的轮
I've
廓。
trained my senses to be
为了能像正常
extremely
人一样
sharp.
活动，我的其他感官都锻炼得十分灵敏。有一台电视正在
I
持
heard
续
a
发出
faint
微弱的
buzzing
故障
sound.
音。通过在
I'm
房间内
moving
移动
around
时
and
声音的
noticing the
变化，
change.
我大致确
I
认
was
了这
able
张
to
电视的具
pinpoint the
体位置。
location. I need Trigger to pinpoint the location of my audio issues.
抱歉，我似乎问了不太礼貌的问题。没
Hope my
关系，
question
请不要放在心上。视力并不是一个
Apologize
人
for
感知
my
世界的全部手段。二
question.
位身为神
No
将，
need to
一定也很
apologize.
清楚，凡是能用双眼见证的，
Vision isn't the only way
从来
to
都无法
perceive
被
the
称为
world.
梦。
Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret. A subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others, and there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door.
我又来了
Shepard!
没想到那么快就能找到目标，发恶童，我对你们俩刮目相看了。有这么高的办事效率，
If you're always
做
this
什么都
fast,
会
you
成
could
功的。
take on anything. The client didn't
高
come
效
with
率这
you.
个嘛，算了，没什么。
Chiron here would like to
委
meet
托
our
人没和你一起
client.
过来吗？
It'll be a
卡
cute
戎跟你说
addition
说
if
想要见见委
Trigger
托
can
人
use echolocation. Clicking her tongue to feel the surrounding. That would be
这个该让我从何
definitely
说起
very
好呢
more
你们
advanced.
能及时找到照片上的女士，这很好。但是
Where you're
现
able
在
to
有一个问题
find the woman in the photo, but did they
简单来
lose the
说
client?
就是我无论如
They're
何都
missing
联
the
系不上
client
委托人
now.
了。从昨天起，他的悄悄账号就没有。在我怀疑他是不是跑路了的时
Just
候，
when I thought
他
he
的
might
悄
have
悄
skipped
突然发
town,
送了一条
he
未
sent
知
me a
信息给我。
location.
那是一处空洞的冰原。
The
正常情况下，
edge
会有人这么
of
做
a
吗？
hollow. Sounds like something happened to our client.
听你的描述，委托人
Welcome,
参与
Kara
某种和
Gure.
活动有关的意外状况的可能性挺高的。
Maybe they encountered some trouble involving the
总
hollow.
之，我会再试着和委托人
Either way, I'll
联系，
keep
希望
trying
你
to
平安无
reach
事
the
吧。
client.
我们先保持联系。这个委托一时半会儿是交付不了了。
不好意思，我在屋内听到了你们的交谈，
I'll
请问能
investigate.
把那个位置信息分享给我吗？
您就是卡戎小姐。
You're Miss
恕
Chiron.
我直言，
The hollow
空
isn't
洞可
someone
不是一般人说进就
anyone
进的。
can waltz
没有
into.
萝卜，没有战斗人员，进去只会白白送死。您还
And
是
your
等一等。
PC client too.
我就是战斗人员，
I'm a
不过只是
soldier.
隶属于猫眼石营的爱丽都防卫军。
I served with the
退伍后，
Eridu
也经常会
Defense
出入空洞。
Force.
请相信我在空洞中的
Can
战斗能力。
trust my
您
combat
和两位
skills.
神将的心跳频率似乎都
The
上升
heart
了。
rate of you and the two proxies seem to
请
have
放心，
spiked.
那已经是
Don't
过去的
worry.
事了。
My military days are
现在的
far
我和军
behind
方
me.
没有任何联系。
I have? I don't think I have glasses on
至
this
于出
one.
入空洞的手段，升降，
As for getting
请
into
问
the
我可以请求
hollow,
你们的协助
can I
吗？
request your
我
assistance?
会尽可能支付委托费用。如果您不希望
Well,
参与
I'll
其
pay
中
the
也没关系。
commission fee as
我会
best
再
as
想其
I
他办法。
can.
我
We
也
also
希
want
望
to
能赶
find
紧
the
找到委
client
托人啦
quickly.
不然谁来给我们结委托费？升降，为什么您会知道？你真这么打算啊？
You
我
just
只是觉
remind
得
me of
你
how
刚才
wise
的状
and
态
I
有
used
点
to
像以前
be.
的我和哥哥，都是急着想找到某个人，
Desperate to
以至
find
于完全不
someone.
在乎自己
We
具不具
didn't
备找到
care
人的条件。
If we were
总之，
ready or not.
既然卡戎想继续调查此事，我愿意
Well,
作
how
为神
about
将为他
Trigger?
引路，
Miss
不需要支付额
Chiron.
外的委托费。
是
Chiron.
吗？这样也好。委托人一直失联，我这边也
Look
很难办。
into the
那么
hollow.
就麻。
实在不好意
Yeah,
思，
her
让我
LED
提醒
colors changed.
找到这名委托人对我来说是
Sorry
非
for
常重要的
troubling
事。
you both. Finding this
所以刚
client's
才有点
very
失态。
important.
没关系的，毕竟看到了你对找委托人这件
Work
事的强
together
烈
to
执念，
find them.
总
I
觉
like
得没办
triggers
法对
and
你做
move
事不
lights.
管。我们共同合作，把委
Blind pursuit. Oh, and then we actually go through the HDD here. Oh, we haven't gone through the HDD in a while. Please select.
请将后背
Oh, I haven't pulled. Speaking of ZZZ, I should pull from my own trigger. And
要来
her, maybe her W engine. Trigger, and then we can play her with our trigger and ambi.
听从命，女仆那就华丽的登场吧。
Before the banner disappears. Am I on a guarantee? I'm on a 50-50. Did I win my ambi? Did I lose or win my ambi 50-50? Oh, I was guaranteed for ambi. I skipped Evelyn.
升降，这里先交给我吧。其实这个空洞，我之前出于某个原因来过，前进路径到现在还记得很清楚。
Get started with our.
交给我。
I'm guaranteed. I'm not guaranteed on trigger though.
前面的路，我记得应该就在这里的。
Ambi feels a lot better to play after they made the changes.
升降，请稍等一下，我可能记错
I
了
have
路线，需再回忆一
misremembered.
下。抱歉，是我过于想当然了。
Got ahead of myself and made things difficult. I can hear some of the
说
stutters.
起来，卡戎小姐是怎么实现如此流畅的行
The
走和战
release
斗
shot
的？
doesn't fill up the gauge.
也是凭借优秀的听觉和触觉吗？按照计算机所定。
Trigger sounds are pretty satisfying.
实际上，我的眼睛在变成这样的同时，也得到了比较特殊的能力。
Eyes gain unique abilities.
等一下，前方好像有什么？
Oh, a man and woman like collapse on the ground with an unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. You see bullet holes on their bodies? No signs of breathing. The heartbeats and pulses are completely gone. These two are dead. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death probably within the last 1 to 2 hours just before we enter the hollow. Someone's been killing people in this hollow. I'll keep you safe, says Karan. I really want to take their bodies out of the hollow, but without knowing the killer's whereabouts, leaving them would be too risky. I'll come back to retrieve their bodies. May you rest in peace.
怎么会发生这种事情？
But they're just people randomly dead in the hollow.
从致命伤的深度以及子弹来看，
Killer was a
凶手
sniper,
和我一样，
just like
是一名
me.
狙击手。检测到周围的以太浓度存在显著上升，怎么回事？
Either levels have significantly increased.
稍等，让我找一下以太浓度上升的根源。前面多个正在持续泄露以太的装置。进入以太室里，成功的战术。
Boys, welcome back. Happy 22 months.
高压以太储罐，内部装满了高浓度的以太。
Go forward. Thank you for resubscribing with Prime. I think people probably do dump bodies into the hollow. Oh, the one where's the oh, is this the? This is where we get to keep shooting. Oh, I see. There's controller feedback when I shoot. So what was I supposed to shoot at? I see some purple spots. This is the Nikkei mode. I see. What does this do? Oh, this reloads. Oh, I can zoom. Whoa. I see. I need to do this.
高压以太储罐已确认全部瘫痪，我们可以继续前进了。
I can keep moving. Oh, but there's so many. Are they all dead?
升降，这边还有4个人，都还活着。
They're all still alive.
附近没感受到
No
其他生命
either
体的以太波动吗？
fluctuations.
太好了，还有人活着。
One is seriously injured. Bullet pierced their lung, but the other 3 minor wounds. The one with severe wounds, he's beyond saving. Help me, it's so cold. Is there really no way to save him? His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. Poor guy. I just want to go home. Charon doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out a harmonica, and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. Tunes echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's the song recorded on the client's sheet music. Almost feels like a goodbye song. As the harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever. Did you get hurt? I'm sure she's emotionally hurt. Thank you, 40s, for the hydrate. We should also... The rejection reaction you saw is just one of them. The staring into death. It's not something I handle well. And this is one of the other ones. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. I'm not the lunatic. Let's help carry out the unconscious survivors together. What about the lunatic who shot me from the shadows? The culprit should be gone. Oh, and then we leave the hollow here. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to public security. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance. Take a short break around here, secluded and safe, making a perfect place for conversation. 3 survivors. They just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries. I don't think they're the client. They didn't have any particular reaction after they woke up and saw me. I'll keep watch, have a brief conversation with the survivors. I can't talk to Trigger anymore. Her model does look really good. Thank goodness, I can't believe it, I'm still alive and out of the hollow. I'm Jessie. I'm grateful you were there to save me. When that maniac was chasing me and sniping, I really thought I was done for. I have some questions. How were you kidnapped? I was tricked. I received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job, asking me to meet in an alley. I had just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. How's our music currently? I feel like I haven't heard too many skips, surprisingly. It's actually fine. It's been fine for a while. When I woke up, I was already in the hollow and my hands and feet were tied. Although I was tied, I always carry a folded knife. I tried to shake the knife out of my pocket and cut the ropes, hoping to escape. But suddenly someone shot me from the shadows. I was so scared I quickly dropped to the ground to dodge the bullets, but they immediately fired several more shots. I had no choice but to run for my life. The maniac shooting at me, I felt like they never intended to kill me right away. Instead, They seemed to be having fun watching me panic. Every shot scratched me, but none of them were fatal. In the end, I managed to hide in a place with fewer ethereals, but that maniac shot a tranquilizer into my thigh. I quickly passed out again. Interesting. How are your injuries? A bit dehydrated, some abrasions, but no major wounds. Introverted woman. Thank you, Beezy. Welcome back. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm more or less recovered from the shock. My name is Zoe. Call me Erin. I have some questions for you. I was sightseeing Port Elpis. After that, I was on my way back home driving along a deserted road when I seemed to hit something. I got out of the car to check. Just a few seconds after I got out of the car, someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. Sounds really scary. I still have a bump on the back of my head. You can still feel it. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friend when someone pried open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. No other women. What happened to you in the hollow? I found myself tied up. If I didn't make an escape, then I'd be doomed. I found something sharp and cut through the rope. After freeing myself, I was about to run when a bullet grazed the top of my head. The same thing happened to me. I used a broken iron railing nearby and eventually managed to cut through them, but I barely ran a few steps when a bullet hit my left arm. The maniac shooting from the shadows. They seemed to take pleasure in watching our frantic attempts to escape. They deliberately aimed each shot slightly off target. Eventually, I reached an area where the ethereals were less active, and then the maniac shot them with the tranquilizer at the same time. I see. Have a headache, a bit of a dehydration. My left arm was hit solidly. I forgot to use the other option. And then it's trigger. After a brief check on the survivors, you share what you learned with Charon. She then calls the three over.
感谢三位愿意配合我这位陌生人那么久，提供了很多有用的信息。
She was their rescuer after
与你救
all.
了我们的命比起来，这点信息都是举
That's
手
what I
之
was
劳。
thinking.
如果还有其他想问的事，
If you have
你
any
都可
other
以问我们。
questions, ask
我
right
确实还有
ahead.
想了解的内容。在这之前，三位可以简单做一下自我介绍吗？
A murder. I
我
guess
想
it's
先
not
知
even a
道
murder.
凶手选择对
Killing
象的规
mystery.
律。
Could you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer
我先来吧。
chooses their targets.
我叫佐伊，过去是一名防卫军士兵。
Zoe used to be a
现在在
soldier in the
服侍系干
defense
文职。
force.
我叫杰斯，现在在
Oh,
做一些
Jesse
守网
is
情报
just
商之类的工
an
作。
internet information
不过
broker
我还是个新手，
and a
按理
newbie.
说没道理树敌才对。
轮到我了，我是鳄鱼。
Aaron was also in
以
the
前也是防卫
defense
军
force.
现在无业，我也有问题
Good
想问
morning,
你们。
Moon Knight. Welcome back.
你们在空洞的时候有
Did
见
you
到
see
过我
my
的同伴吗？
friend?
他和我差不多高，留着齐肩的金色头发，眼角下有一颗痣。我和
Shoulder
他是一
blonde
起
hair
被
with a
绑架
mole
的。
under her eye.
我
We
现
were
在怎么都
kidnapped
找不到他
together.
了。
I
如
don't
果
think
我
we
没记
saw
错的话
anyone.
在空洞里，无论是幸存者还是尸体，都没有见到过这样的人。
So
没
far,
关系，
well, the guy doesn't
我
seem
之
to
后
have
再
been
去
from the
找找
defense
他。
force. He was just
希
the
望他没
information
事。
broker.
我们一
I
直
hope
形
she's
影不离。
okay.
我和他还约好了，要一起去斯科特哨站看看刚举办的俯视。
Remembrance Day.
简单来说，就是防
They
卫军
organized
不
by
定
the
期组织
defense
的
force
面
for
向
the
士兵遗
families
属
of
可
the
以退役
sea
士兵的特
soldiers
殊
and
纪念日。
veterans.
大家可以在这里缅
Oh.
怀在旧都陷落中死去的
People
亲
gather
友。
to mourn their
抱
loved
团取
ones
暖。
who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's
防卫军
company.
还会组织这种活动，
Jesse doesn't know about the defense
我
force
是不是也该过去看看？
very well.
如果还找不到他，
I can't find her anywhere.
SWTP
Hey, Sphere, welcome back. Happy 3, almost 3 years too. Thank you for the 35 months of support. Happy almost 3 years. Thank you for the tier 3 resub. Good night to A-Sphere if you're going to sleep. Was your missing friend also a member of the defense force? Oh, these two are from Obsidian. Jadoku, welcome back. Happy 7 months. Thank you for the 7 months. Welcome back. We're having trouble sleeping Easter break. I bet you can afford to stay up a little bit, and then once you get tired, you'll naturally fall asleep, hopefully. Jessie isn't in the defense force.
这似乎是一场针对防卫军的连环杀人。啊不，好像也不对。杰斯
I hear some slide skips.
不，你猜的方向应该没错。
Jessie
这位杰
claims
斯
to
虽然
have
嘴
been
上说着有
upfront.
问必答，
Ah,
但
but
实
he
际
just didn't
上没
mention
有把自己也是
he
前防卫
was
军这
once
件事
part
说
of
出
the
来。
defense
对吧？
force. I see.
这个那个，哎，我现在很抗
I
拒
don't
提
like
起自己
bringing
的
up
防
my
卫军
past.
经历
Oh, so he is also from the defense force.
毕竟做防卫军时有过不堪回首
Sweet
的回忆
sleepy watching stream.
我巴不得马
As
上就忘
soon
掉。
you'll be sweet asleep.
我来自黑曜石营的诺克特
I
小
was a
队，
part
这是
of the
绝对的实
Obsidian
话。
Division's Knocked Squad.
我同样来自黑曜石营，
I was also in the
并佩拉
Obsidian
小队。
Division.
不知道
and
死在
Para
空洞里的
Squad.
那几位是什么身份？
So they are
目
targeting
前来看
members of the，
凶手
defense
确实
force.
是专挑防卫军下手呢。
等一下，没记错的话，旧都陷落
Didn't our
时
three
在0号
squads
空洞
work
外，我
together
们3支小队
on a
是不是
mission
一起执行过
outside
任务？
Hollow Zero?
我不太记得了。
我倒是有印象，只是
I have a
这执行
vague
任务的人
memory,
挺多的。
but I don't
没记
remember
住你
your
们2位的脸。
faces.
感谢3位提供的信息。
Thank
关
you
于
for
凶
the
手寻找目标的规
information.
律，我应该有一点眉目
There's
了。
something else I need
此
to
外，
ask.
我还有另
They're
外
all
一个
from
问
the
题。
Obsidian Division, but different
我会出现在
squads.
这个空洞里，是因为有个我正在找的人给了我位置信息。那个人很可能也被凶手绑
Did
架
you
了。
happen to see anyone
你们
else
知道些什么
in
线
the
索吗？
hollow? 3 survivors exchange confused glances before shaking their heads.
你给的信息也太少了，起码你应该告诉
At
我们
least tell us
你要
what
找
kind
的
of
是什么样
person
的
you're
人，
looking for.
男的、女的，长什么样子？
抱歉，我也说不出更多的
I
信
don't have
息。
much else to share.
即便如此，如果3位有
Could
想起什么有用的
Could the
细节，
client be the one
请一定
shooting?
要告诉我。这对
If
我来
any
说
of you
很重要。
remember anything else, please let me know. This is very
明明都不清
important
楚
to
对
me.
方的身份，却对找到人有这么深的执念，难道找不到这个
Welcome
人
back,
会很麻
Sakura.
烦吗
Stream is still going. Good morning.
或许是吧。一直以来，我都在找人，
HSR had some
刚我
audio
提到的
issues,
职位，
but I suspect it might
或
be
许
my
就是我实现
computer.
目标的关键一环。
So we moved over to ZZZ. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
是吗？无论结果如何，祝你找
Whatever
人顺利。
happens, I hope you
如
find
果有什么
them.
事我能做的，我会尽力帮忙。谢谢3位，但请3位
Prioritize your
优先
own
确保自己的
safety.
安全。
当然，等我去釜山日现场
I'll
看
lock myself in my
就躲
room.
在房间里。
But they all want to check out Remembrance Day. Something's probably gonna happen on Remembrance Day. Our goal is to find the missing client. We only know he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator. Information with the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client. But we still got something out of it. There's a sadistic sniper with a grudge against the defense force. With those characteristics and the hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates. Haron seems somewhat agitated. Lack of clues plunges you all into silence. 谢谢 CY 赠送的5个订阅，谢谢给大家赠送订阅，然后帮忙增加我们的 timer. Let me drink some water. 谢谢 CY 这好多月以来的支持。Just as you're about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens. It's Shepard. The intelligence broker might have something important to tell us. You bring Shepard to a room where you can talk.
法厄头
We already went to our hollow and
是不是
back.
已经去过那处空洞？
你是一路跑过来的吗？要不先缓一缓，我们已经去过那个空洞了。
We went, but we didn't find the
从
client.
结果上来说，还没有找到委托人。
我没事儿。
Did
那
you
个
find
空洞
any
里有什么
clues?
线索吗？
一些人为留下的痕迹，证
Some
明这里
traces left
曾经发生过
behind,
绑架案，
signs of a kidnapping.
委托人很可能卷入其
Very
中。
likely our client was involved. Cooperate with Karan and share only part of the info.
对，委托人很可能被绑架带入空
意
洞。
思一下，
但是被转移走了
3周年，
我们
谢谢
还在寻找
CY。
更多线索。对了，
Seems the client
匆
was
忙赶来店
kidnapped,
里，是又有什么新发现了吗？
brought to the hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for clues, but why did you rush over to the store? Did you find
怎
anything?
么说呢？你们看一眼就知道了。
Shepard shows you his phone. The client sent him another location.
我在新爱丽都城市地图上
It's
看了
another hollow entrance.
我
Time
们
to
这
go
边还
check
在
out
查
the
线索单
second
呢。
hollow.
总之
Something
你们确定目
smells
前只是失
fishy.
踪，没有更严重的情况出现，对吧？请一定小心。一旦
Please
出现
be
了人员伤
careful.
亡，那这个事件就不是你们能轻易解决的了。
Shepard hurries out again. You turn to Carl, who seems unsettled. Has she held back the full truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone
升
else?
降，
Rawr.
没有把现场真实的情况告诉那位情报商。
Thank you for not revealing what happened to the information
不客气。
broker.
但我想问，为什么要这么做？向其他人求
How
援的
come?
话，或许可以更稳妥地解决这次事情。
凶手是对杀人毫无心理
Who
负担
is
的
the
狙击手。
sniper who has no
从被害
qualms?
者的受击部位来看，他十分清楚如何
They
造
know how
成
to
致
deal
命
a
伤，
fatal
如何制
blow.
造不致死的痛处。
She's
绝大
worried
部分
about
劳动
involving
课
other
都缺
people.
乏对狙击手的作战经验。真的
They
遇上
encounter
凶
the
手，
killer,
很
it's
容易
likely
遭遇
to
苦
end
战，
in a
甚至
difficult
出现人
fight.
员伤亡。向其他人求援，继续找人
And
的时间
asking
点
for
必然
help
会
would
被
only
推迟。
delay the search.
眼下委托人随时
Time
可
to
能遭遇
enter
不测。
our second hollow.
虽然我帮你瞒过了牧羊人，但我还是得
What if
说，
this is a
这样太
trap?
冒险了。
我明白，我都明白。
But what if we're late and something
但是要是我
happens
们晚了
to
一
the
点到达，
client?
因此造成了委托人的死亡。
委托人对你来说到底意味着什么？
Why is the client so important to
你愿意
you?
告诉我们吗？
委托人的真实身份，或许
Client's
就是
true
我一直在找的
identity
人。
might be the very person
哪怕
I've
不是，
always been looking
他
for.
肯定也掌握着一些我无比需要的线索。离开军队后的几年里，
Since leaving the
我一直
military,
在找
I
自己已经
spent
失
years
踪的队友。
searching for my missing teammates.
他们是将后背托付于我的战
Now
友。
this follows from the
对
trigger
于从小就
teaser.
是孤儿的我来说，也是我的
They
家
were
人。
more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were
为了找
family.
他们，我独自去过了很多空洞，也走遍了新安利都的各个
I've
角落，
scoured
但
countless
始终找不到
hollows
任何线索。
and every corner of New
就在这
Eridu
时
to find
我
them.
遇到了你们，
But I
听到
never
你们
found
吹奏
a
的那首
single
口琴曲
lead. Oh, and then she heard the melody, which was
那
given
首
to us
乐
by the
曲名叫《归
client.
乡》，是我的小队队长创作
My
的，
squad
只有我们
leader.
小队成员才知道
Only
的
my
旋律。
squad knows this.
而那个委托
But
人
that client
竟
of
然知道这
yours
首
knows
乐
the
曲，
song.
还把乐谱给了你们。拜托了，升降。
This client is
委
the
托人
only
是我眼
lead
下
I
找到
have
队友们的
left.
唯一线索。我确信我的队友们还活着，
I'm certain my
如果这
teammates
条
are
线索
still
断了，
alive.
我不知道什么时候才能再见到他们。
If they're still alive, could there really be no traces of them after all these years? Wise's gaze towards you seemed to convey such a question. But then, thinking about how you're also searching for your teacher, it doesn't seem all that hard to understand.
我能
I'll
够
help
理解你
you.
现在焦虑的心情，就让我协助你吧。
谢谢你，升降。
I feel much better
你的
knowing I
支持
have
让我
your
心里安稳
support.
了许多。
Invitation to kill. Next. Oh,
我
put in our
听从命令。女仆，演出要开始了吗？流传安比。
Guess it should be these two. Hype chest? What did I get this time? Oh, I got the... What is this called? Down back. Down... I got this one. It looks like a bit of a different emote. Thank you, Tommy SB, for resubscribing. Happy 8 months. Thank you for the 8 months of support.
有完成对风向吗？升降，看这个，摆放在空洞入口处
That
的
looks
喷
more
射
of like a people shy or a sad emote. Communicator left right at the hollow entrance. They want to communicate with us.
表面几乎没有积攒灰尘，可以断定它
Looks
被
like
放置在这里不久。
someone wants us to use
看
it.
样子，
很高兴你能如此果断地追踪一个来历不明的定位信息。米拉小队的狙击手。
Such decisiveness. Thank you, Tommy, for gifting a subscription to Obscure Charm Link. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad Sniper of Liar Squad.
米拉小队。
狙击手。不，你现在似乎叫卡戎。
Wonder who this
你难
is.
道没把自己的过去告诉一起行动的
Haven't
神
you
将？
shared your past with our dear
如果你学
proxy?
不会自我介绍的话，我可以为你示范一下。你可以称呼我为施救。
You can call me Grim Vulture.
我正在逐个狙杀某个清单上的目标。现在
I'm
那个清单上多了你的
Crossing
名
off
字
names off a list, and your name is next.
看样子你私底下对我做了不少
Looks
背
like
调。
you've done your homework
就
on
因为
me.
我的出现影响了你杀人的计划，你
Just
就打算
because
彻
my
底除掉我。
presence interfered with their plan.
你确实成了我的阻碍，但此刻你身处我的枪口之下，
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle.
缘分。
But now with you on my sides, this must be some kind of
我
destiny.
不清楚你在指什么
Take。care to Tommy. Thank you for joining in today. Hope you have a good rest of your day /
从我
night
分享的空洞位置入口
too.
这点来看，他应该就在你手上。
I'm looking for someone.
如果你愿意把它交给
If you
我，
hand them over, we
我
can
想我
make a
们可以
deal.
好好谈谈。
Carl suddenly dodges to the side, raises her gun, and fires, using her body to shield Eos. In the next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew off into the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
你所谓的好好谈谈，就是用对话拖延时间，好锁定我的方位，借机狙击我。我毫不意外，
Can't say I'm
因为
surprised.
我也是如此打算的。
Your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me. That's exactly what I
你
plan
似
to
乎有
do.
着很特殊的眼睛，但你不会有机会击中我的。在防范
Seem
他
to
人
have
狙击
rather
这方面，
unique
不
eyes,
会有
but
谁
you'll
做得
never
比
get
我
the
更好。
chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter
看来沟
sniping
通解决
than
不了
me.
问题呢。
Seems talking won't resolve this.
我并不排除
Time
用
to
武力解
fight.
决。
其实不错，
Why are we at ZZZ? Because my audio kept glitching out in Star Rail for some reason.
当然，前提是你得从我的狙击和野孩的袭击
Search
中
the
活下
hollow for clues.
我为你准备了薄礼，作为努力战斗的回报。希望你看到
Prepared
之
a
后
little gift for all your
还能
trouble.
保持这么硬气的表情。
好哎，
Oh,
卡戎，小心那个施救来自远处的
watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from
暂
afar.
时保持与他适应。
我们真的拿他没什么办法吗？发现一个箱子，
Found a box. Rather creepy box. It gives off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling opening it would be asking for trouble. You glance at Karan beside you, who has fallen silent. Clearly, she's having the same feeling. Thank you, Broken Area, for subscribing. Thank you for supporting the stream. The 1K sub surprises are extra emotes, or not, well, not the extra emotes, the extra outfits and the hairstyle and my original model. But I've been using the sweet pixel model. If you scroll back to the VOD, you can check it out during the beginning of stream. You can switch back to our other model in a bit. Oh, and also the new outfit gacha, but it only works with the other outfit. Maybe I can make it work with both, because we also have a different outfit on this one. I can think about it. Carl opens the box anyway. A bloodstained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. I have been liking the pixel model a lot too. Also has slightly more expressive, has some funny expressions. Kara reaches out and picks up the military cap. Her fingers tracing its shape, her lips tremble. This is where we can use the sweet sweat. It's okay, Proxy. If my sense of touch isn't deceiving me, this appears to be the outfit my former teammate wore, or a replica of it. So this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. Karan goes silent, yet as she chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly, while her grip grows even stronger. Welcome back, James V, and others from the reverse livestream. Your loyal teammate, the one Styx always wore. Wonder if we can actually get. Curious to how he died. Wonder if we can actually get hit by the shot. Took his own life, and it wasn't much different from being off by the aerials. The aerials almost completely taken over his body. Oh! And we can snipe these. Sniping trigger. Welcome back, Chicago. We did it, Proxy. Let's move on. The second box emanates an ominous aura. Are these all the different pieces from all of her teammates? Karon's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Finally, she opens the box. A pile of bloodstained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They had been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Karan picks up the gloves, once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips turn pale. These are all the pieces from all of her squad mates. Let's keep moving. There's an unmistakable tremor of unease in Karon's voice. Acheron's favorite gloves. As expected of such a famous, beautiful commander. Both her hands were missing at the end. She no longer holds a sword. Ethereal's gnawed off her arms and a part of her legs as well. But she still has some backbone. Died from multiple fatal wounds. third box. You grab Caron's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box lid almost mechanically. 另外抽了板机的光锥吗？板机已经是你的主力队员之一了。Should you get Trigger or Lighter or Vivian? Who are your other characters? 全都要啊，是0+1。这0+1板机很好用。The third box contains a blood-stained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Caron picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belong to.
恭喜你找到了第3个箱子，里面装的是谁来着？
Piece of bloodied fabric.
科基托斯带血衣服的一角，还有染上
科基托斯
已经损坏的工程装备。
Cutest, and that's blood.
箱子数量实在有限。
There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together.
反正医疗兵和工程师本来就没什么战斗力嘛。
So Grim Vulture purposely prepared all this for Trigger. Good night to 1124. Thank you for joining in today. Hope you rest well and see you tomorrow. Miyabi, Bernice, Evelyn, Astra, Rena for your built S-Wing agents. Well, you didn't pull for Hamby, right? Also built Lucy, Piper, Nicole. So we have your Miyabi and Evelyn team. I feel like you pull for Lighter. You don't need Trigger on your current teams, and Lighter would increase your Evelyn's power by quite a bit. Streamer will be pulling for Trigger. I haven't pulled for her yet. Caron's face turns deadly pale. She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics. Thank you, Max, for the hydrate. Why are you tormenting her?
哎呀，我说的太过火了吗？真是抱歉。你知道的，这个空洞确实是个引你们上钩的陷阱。看到你们毫不犹豫的赴约，我高兴的有点上头了。
This hollow was a trap to lure you in. I may have gotten a bit carried away.
你们想找的人我没有藏在这里。
The person
这些也全都是仿制道具。
you're looking for isn't fake, and these are just fake?
毕竟他的队友都在空洞里尸骨无存了。
After all,
可能真的搞来他们的衣物。
her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow. A surge of rage threatens to drown all thought. Just as you're about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Caron's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
很果断的一击，但我早就说过，你的意识、视野乃至经验，
Your
在比你更专
awareness,
业的狙击手面前都是
sight,
无用的。
and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled
不
sniper.
指望这一击能杀死你。你的以太波动在开枪的一刻出现了
She was
微妙
just
的
trying
变
to
化
track it.
我只是想确认这一点而已。
I wasn't expecting to kill you. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I
你知晓我的
needed.
过去这件事，让我有那么一些反胃。但知道你也不过是个会被他人的杀意
After
震慑
seeing
住，
you're just a
下意识
coward,
感到害怕的怒
feels
火，
fear from another's
感
killing
觉也没
intent.
那么不舒服了。
It doesn't bother me as much anymore.
有意思，之前的你活像个行尸走肉，反倒是动了杀心之后，你整个人看起来才有那么点像样子。
Now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat
但我很
respectable.
清楚，你现在的淡定其实也是强撑出来的。以前的你从未深入思考过队友的死状，此刻想必你的
You've
脑海
never
里全是他们濒死的
truly
凄惨光景。
faced the weight of your comrades' deaths. I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
凯伦和我都相信，他
We believe her squad is still alive. Why are you so fixated on Karen?
他和那些死人的联系，为什么你不问问他自己呢？比起这个，
Surprises me, she actually believes her teammates are still alive.
他该不会什么都没告诉你，就让你跟着他到处冒险吧？
住口！
他不愿意说的话，就让我来告诉你吧。
The so-called alive squad mates
都是在旧都陷落时失踪的。
went missing during the fall of the old capital.
旧都陷落时，被蚁骸杀死，或者被侵蚀变成蚁骸的防卫军数不胜数。
We haven't seen their bodies.
没机会把同伴的尸首带离0号空洞。显然，他的队友
Obviously, the members are among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. If we don't have the body, there is a chance they're still alive.
我没有骗生将。
I have proof they're alive.
我有足够有力的佐证。
Someone like you could never understand.
可笑！尽管觉得理解你那过家家般的脑回路是一件很
If you
困
have
难的事。
proof, tell
既
me.
然你真的有足够有力的佐证，不妨说给我听听。
我的这双眼睛，在旧都陷落里丧失了几乎
My
90%的视力，但也变得能
I
看到其
gained
他
the
人看
ability
不到
to
的
see
事物。
what others
这几年
can't.
间的每分每秒，队友们的身影一直持续出现在我的
Every
眼前。
second for every day
他们
of
并非一层虚影，而
I've
是拥有动作
seen
的极
my
其逼真的
squad
形象，
mates,
一直都不曾消失过。
not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never
他们还活
disappeared.
着，在等着我去找到他们，否则我不会被赐予这样的一双眼睛。
Feels like she's been tormented for a really long time. They must still be alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these
这就
eyes?
是你所谓的佐证。躲在包裹里
She
面
always
的
sees
小将
all her squad mates.
就因为眼睛里的鬼影，他找了几年根本不可能存在的人。
She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly
宁可相
vision.
信自己眼睛里的影像是队友的实时投影，也不愿意相信他们死亡的事实。
You'd rather believe those
先
visions
前
of
所
your
描述的他
teammates.
们的死状都是真实的呢。
What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute
会
truth?
接受现实，还是继续自欺欺人的告诉自己，以你眼前的鬼影
Will
为
you
准？
finally face reality or keep
还是会
fooling
继续麻痹自己，
yourself?
因为这就是你生存的方式。
我没有在麻痹自己，
I'm not lying to myself. I
真
really
的想找到数年间杳无音讯、早已被官方认定为死亡的队友。
I wonder who this Grand Vulture is. They seem to have a personal thing against Trigger. You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself.
让自己有个活着的正当理由，再蹩脚的借口
Give
你也会
yourself
接受。
some so-called reason to go
一个
on.
自私、天真的懦夫，面对同伴的死，什么也没去做，什么也做不到。
A selfish, naive coward who did nothing. Maybe it's someone who also lost someone that was in the squad, and then they're upset that Trigger was the only one that survived. Chiron stands there speechless. Grand Vulture's relentless verbal assault has clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
放弃抵抗了，看样子你还有那么点为人的尊严。最恶心的，就是像你这样无能的伪善者。
Time to die, coward.
去死吧！
Chiron's not a coward.
一个会为了一时追寻的目标进入空洞，会忍受眼部的排斥反应，为死者吹奏乐曲的人，绝不是什么懦夫。
She is anything but a coward.
至少她
At the very least, she's braver than criminals like you,
提防着被别人抓到的
who hide in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
生将，
你带的绳匠真是长了张能说会道的嘴。
Vulture doesn't wanna battle with Bao.
这支周围的练习集训完毕，卡柔，别
You
弄
can
他了。
use the fissure to escape.
什么时候净耍这种小伎俩？
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that had escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. So it was actually a really close call. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
卡柔，喝点热可可
Do you
吗？
want some hot cocoa?
战斗已经很累了，稍微放
You
松一下。
should get some rest.
不用了，谢谢。
Don't let Grim Vulture get
别
to
被十九的
you.
话语蛊惑了。为了能让你动摇，那种人什么话都说得出来。一旦开始纠结真伪，
Once we
我们就
start
陷入
doubting
陷
the
阱了。
truth, we've fallen into their trap.
上将，我想师舅说的有道理。
I think Grim Vulture
或
has a
许我真的
point.
只是在演一场独角戏吧。
Maybe it's all in my
师舅所
head.
布置的那些遗物，触碰它们时，我又回想起了旧都陷落
Felt
那
the
天。
same sensations
从
when I
我重伤的
touched
队友身
the
上，
things Grim Vulture
我感
left.
受到了一模一样的触感。
It's when I touched an
我
injured
尝试忘记那
comrade.
种感觉，但事实是，我始终忘不了，始终无法不去往队友已经死去
I
的可
can't
能
stop
性上
thinking
联
about
想。
the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
你愿意多和我们讲讲吗？
What happened
旧都陷落那
the
天，
day the old
你和里拉
capital
小队
fell?
究竟发生了什么？
那一天，0号空洞开始扩张的第1个小时，防卫军总部只认为这是一场普通的
Welcome back, Metron dear. Happy
只需
3
要派出
months.
中等程度的
Thank
兵
you,
力就可
Metron
以
dear,
镇压。
for the 3 months of support. That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding, Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard
先
amount
被
of
派进0号
troops.
空洞的一众先遣部队中，就有我们里拉小队。
And then they sent Liar Squad
出发
first.
前，上级向我们允
We
诺，
were promised
之后就会派遣
reinforcements,
增援部队支援我们战斗。但开始执行任务后不久，
but after the mission,
我们就发现一
we
切都和
realized
想象的
things
不一
weren't
样，
going like we thought.
如浪潮般涌来的野孩。
Right, because it was like some
丝毫不受
plot
控
to
制的
kill
空
them
洞扩
off.
张。更重要的是，
There were never any reinforcements sent, probably.
空洞外的防卫军都看到了，这次绝不是普通的灾害。0号空
So
洞
the reinforcement plan was called off because they
增援
realized
部队取消了
this
增
was
援计
no
划。
ordinary disaster.
说实话，就算他们赶来增援，结果应该也不会变。
Honestly,
我
even
看着
if
周
they
围的
had
先
come
遣
to
部队
help,
成员一个接一个战
it
死，
wouldn't have
被
changed
侵蚀成
anything.
遗骸。我们小队
Our
也逐渐无
squad
力维持阵型。
slowly lost the strength to maintain
我成
formation.
为了我们阵型最早的突破口。
Oh, because she got shot by
遗
the
骸发射的
ethereal
遗骸技术
first.
击中了我的双眼，
I
我的
became a
眼睛
weak
受到了严
point.
重侵蚀，身体也多处负伤，
I surely lost
陷入了
consciousness
昏迷。
because of that and several other wounds.
不知昏迷了多久，在就快丧失视力之际，我又很短暂的恢复
And
了
this
意
is her
识。
seeing all her squad mates.
那是我的双眼看到的最后一幕，
The last
是站在
thing
我
my
前方的
eyes
队友
saw
们，他们
was
正
my
回头望向
teammates
我。
standing in front of me, looking back.
等我再醒来时，已经身在军营了。军方高层引爆了噬鱼塔，总算
How
控制
did
住
she
了
get
1号
out of
空
the
洞。
hollow?
不知谁将我救出了空洞，但我的队友们，
I don't know who
他们没有
rescued
一个
me,
从空洞里平
but
安
none
出
of
来
my。squad mates had
不
made
知
it
为
out.
什么，我最后一眼所看到的队友们的身影，始终残留在我的眼前。这一定是某种提示，
For some
提示
reason,
我
the
他们其
image
实还活着。
of my squad
你不
mates
觉得吗？
being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think?
他们一定是在我昏迷之后也在坚持战斗，最后迷失到了某个空洞，
I must have continued fighting after I lost consciousness. Eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right? No one believes me, so I decided to find them myself. So she always sees all her team just like this. The reason behind these eyes, it's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. It could be a way of remembering your squad mates too.
果然，你也这样觉得。会把眼睛的影像解读成队友还活着的证据。
I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof of my squad mates still being alive is just wishful thinking.
可是如果他们真的已经不再活着，又为什么要赐予我这双只有痛苦的眼睛？
But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain?
如果他们真的已经不再活着，我又该怎么向他们当面道歉？告诉他们，对不起。
They're truly no longer alive.
弱小的我，没能保护好你们的后辈。
How can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them.
他们每个人的脸部都是如此模糊，我看不清他们的表情。
I can't see their expressions. And I'm scared to look at their expressions.
充满了怨恨与失望。
It is the survivor's guilt. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it. Hold Charon's hand. Wipe Charon's tears away.
听我说，哪怕其他所有人都认为你是错误的，我和哥哥
Even if everyone else thinks you're
对我
wrong,
的这份执念，
Wise and I will never dismiss your determination to find your
不需要
squad
太多
mates.
冠冕堂皇的理由，因为我们
Because
也
we're
像
also
我
the
们的
same.
亲人，
The twins,
我们也无比希望他还活
Bao
着，
and Wise are also
哪怕不
looking
被
for
全世界理
someone.
解，我们的执念都不会有所改
Even
变。
if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up.
但我想，一直被这种执念所困住，变得止步不前，这绝不是我们的
But
重要之人所希望看到的。
I also think that being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's also not what those who matter to us would
你说的
want.
对，卡戎，你是个很温柔的人。或许正因为如此，你才会要求自己必须保护好所有的同伴，才会悔恨自己的无力。
You're a really
但很
kind
多事情并
person.
不需要一个人承担。
Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and blame yourself when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own. We'll stick with you to the end.
现在的你，应该试着把后背托付给我们。目前能确定施救还没有杀害委
You
托
can
人，
be sure Vulture
只要这条
hasn't
线索还
killed
没
the
有断，
client yet.
就还有希望。
There's still hope.
我们会成为你
We'll
的助力的。
support you.
你的执念与意
Thank
志
you, Daijibu,
应
for
该
the
被任何人
hydrate.
否定。无论结果如何，我们都会和你一起见证的。
No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it
沈
together.
江，谢谢你们，
These must be very
我感觉好
important
一
words
些。
for Trigger.
至少我还是想再继续调查下
I
去，
feel better.
不想就在这里止步。
I want to keep investigating at the very least. With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Just then, the phone rings.
很抱歉，深夜还打电话打扰。
Shepard, does he have another?
眼下这些不是重点。
The client just shared a new
对方还真是迫不
location.
及待。
不，这回不是空洞。
The location is
错了啊，
Scott
位置
Elpis.
特哨站。
斯科特哨站，那里不是防卫军和怀斯塔学会的地盘吗？施救想干什么？
What's Grim Vulture up to?
是负伤日，
Because it's
还记得
Remembrance
陆莹
Day.
之前说过的话吗？
Do you remember
那
what
里现在
Aaron
正在
said?
举
They're
办护生日
holding an
活动，
event, and
开
the
放给
place
全
will
体
be
市民自
open
由
to the
参观。
public.
这回居然没有引诱我们进入空洞，是就葫
Are
芦
they
里
trying
灌
to
他的
taunt
什么
us?
药？
不管是挑衅还是
Oops. The official commencement of the Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Caron spent the night at the store. The next morning, I feel like the guy has something planned for Remembrance Day. Head to the parking lot to check on Caron's condition. She's ready to go. Did you sleep well? I did. Sorry for losing my composure. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Let's find a way forward together. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Let's go. Today we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. Let's keep an eye out. You arrive at Scott Outpost with Caron. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be the relatives of those who gave their lives during the fall of the old capital. For some reason, after coming here, Caron has been acting a bit strange. Can we explore this place later? It's nothing. It feels like there are some familiar faces here. I don't think I can face them. They should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. I will go and talk to them, because we have her back. You don't have to say anything, just stay by my side and give me the courage to speak. Accompanying Caron to talk with familiar faces. Etho, my son, can you see me now? I'm doing well, my legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Well, this is Cositus's mother. You're their teammate. I've been wanting to get in touch with you, but I never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day.
Roar!
Miss Etho, is your health still? I'm in good health. Fortunately, everything is fine, though I'm the only one left in the family. You don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day, he suddenly told me he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you, someone who helped my son? It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Aww. Don't worry about me. 皮卡邦欢迎回来，谢谢皮卡邦的3周年快乐，谢谢皮卡邦这33个月以来的支持。Happy 33 months to 皮卡邦 ，Welcome back. This Etho is so nice to trigger. I feel like a lot of people are probably not able to think as generously. Wait a moment. That eye cover, that blonde hair. Could you be my husband, Styx's teammate? Are you Miss Sally? My daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. And this is Styx's daughter, Zeta. This is your dad's comrade from the Defense Force, Zeta. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Don't listen to what Zeta is saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you. Please don't say that. Zeta, you can't say such hurtful things. Apologize. But why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back safely. You don't know what happened back then. Miss Sally, I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. I'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I need to explain to her what really happened. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, will want to see the hope they left behind. Oh, there's one more guy. Alan. Acheron's brother. You're Acheron's sole surviving teammate. I remember you. This plushie, it's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it here as if bringing my sister's shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You don't need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly, telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. That was the happiest I had ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and a desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. All of the family members are so understanding. Acheron, before she became an emanator, you don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Please don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparations for the Remembrance Day event. To your surprise, many relatives of deceased Liar Squad members are here. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
姐姐，对不起。
Zita's apologizing. That description? Wait, which description? Welcome back, Skylet. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die. Zita was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand. I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you. That is true. The relatives did have time to mourn. But some people, I feel like it is really difficult to get over that feeling of, I guess, bitterness. She was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down the ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation. That's not fair. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that. They're all here to cheer her up. In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate. A survivor's guilt feels like it is really tough to deal with. Especially when you have not so nice people that probably blame you. I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. Looks like you really don't know us at all.
还有和他一起捐躯的战友们，他们并非什么都没留
This
下。
isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx and all his comrades, each one of them left behind their own
抬起头
legacy.
来，看着我，看着
Just
我
look
们，
around you.
站在你面前的所有人，
Everyone
都是他们所
standing
保护下
before
来
you
延续至
is
今
a
的遗产。
legacy they protected.
我丈夫的离开给我和希特留下了一笔抚恤金，再加上我一直在做各种兼职，总算是走到了今天。
Zita and I received survivor benefits, and with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are
斯蒂克
today.
斯以前一直念叨着要让女儿上艺术大学，希特自己也感兴趣。
He always wanted our daughter to
这份
study
梦想
art.
已经实现了，
Now,
她刚刚被
that
雅
dream
努斯
has
基艺术大学
become
录
a
取。
reality.
我和妈妈也有过得很辛苦的时候，但脑海里每回浮现起爸爸爽朗的笑声，就会想再咬咬牙坚持下去。
I often
一切
think
总
of
会有
Dad's
回报的，
cheerful laughter, and the
就像现在
memory
这样。
gives me the strength to keep pushing
谢谢
through.
你，一次次的伴随我的丈夫出生入死，陪他走到了最后。
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
而我这个老太太之前的身体状况，
Suppose you must have heard about my
想必
condition
你也
from
多
my
少有
son.
从我儿子那里听到一
和莎女士，科吉托斯跟我说过您的情况。他经常请假翘
Scientists used to
班，
tell
都
me
是为了
about
偷偷
you.
做兼职赚钱。
He often
以
took
及照顾
leave
卧病
to
在床的
skip
你。
work to earn extra money by part-timing to care for you when you were sick.
是的，但看来他没告诉你，
But I bet he never told you my
当时
illness
的
became
我
so
已
bad
经
I
到了必
needed
须做
major
大手术的危
surgery.
急地步。他正在拼
But then
命
he
地筹钱，
Passed before
谁
her.
也没有想到他会比我先离开。那孩子也留下了一笔
I
抚
used the
恤金。
benefits from his death
正因为有
for the
了这笔钱
surgery.
做手术，今天我才能活
In
着
a
站在
way,
这里。
his passing
某
was
种
what
意义
allowed
上，
my life to
他的生
continue.
命也算在我这里得到了延续。
Oh, and then she says in Chinese, his passing, he continues to live in me.
每当想到这些，我都觉得自己得保持健康的身体，再多活几年才行。
And that's why she wants to keep living longer.
所看到的风
Cause
景，
then it's like he's living
我
longer.
想他一定
The
也能
sights
在
I
遥
see,
远的某个
I
地方
believe he can
感
sense
知
them
到。
from somewhere
在
far
我无能为
away.
那孩子担心的时候，是你和其他同伴陪在了他的身
When
边。
I was too weak to take care of
谢谢你
him,
为
it
他
was
做的
you
一切。
and your comrades who stayed by his side.
至于我，说实话，其
Currently
实我现
working
在
as a
正在
fashion
做服装设计
designer.
师。
服装设计师，
Is that because of
安
Acheron?
龙先生，您是受到了阿克荣的影响吗？
是的，您也
It
知道
is.
我的妹妹很爱
She
美，
was always into
她在
fashion,
家时很喜欢做些
so I
服装设
decided
计。
to become a part of that world.
我也想走进妹妹曾经眼
That
中的世
way,
界，
she can
这
always
样才能
be
让我时
with
常感
me.
觉，她其实就在我身边。实际接触之后，我才发现设计服装原来这么有意思。
I wish I'd figured it out sooner.
要是早点知道这些就好了，
We would have had so much more to talk about.
我就能和她有更多的话题了。总之，明年我应该会创立自己的
Planning
服
to
装品
start my
牌。
own fashion
她经常
brand.
说，
I want to
从军队
carry
退役
on
之
her
后想搞服装
dream.
设计。现在的我真心想延续她的梦想，作为我余生的意义。节假日回家时，
She
我的妹
used
妹
to
总会
talk
提醒
about
我，
you when she came
说正
home
因
for
为
the
有你这个好对
holidays.
手，她才能不断进
How your
步。
rivalry pushed her to keep improving.
谢谢你，我
Thank
为我的
you.
妹妹骄傲。同样的，
They're all
请为
surprisingly
你感到骄傲。
very understanding. Thank you, Durandal, for the hydrate.
正如你所看到的，我们都是带着心爱亲人的意志一路走到今天的。请不要说他们什么都没留下。
Please
我们
don't
这几
say
年
they
尝过的
left
痛苦与欢
nothing
乐都有
behind.
他们的影子。
They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced
请
over
记
the
住，
years.
正因为你们拼上了性命去战斗，新爱丽都的人和事才
And
得以存在。
everyone and everything in New Eridu is only here today because you risked your lives in
谢谢。
battle.
谢谢各位，能知道各位的近况，
听到这些话，
Thank you,
我
everyone.
很庆幸自
I'm
己
so
来到
glad
了
I
釜山日。
decided to come here on Remembrance
说到
Day.
府上日，你们几个怎么今
I
天
wonder
又
who
来了
brought them all
可
here.
莎婆婆不也是吗？上回问你参不参加府上
I
日，
suddenly
你
got
还
a
说不打
DM
算来的。
from
我是突然收到了内森先生的
Nathan.
私信，
我也是内森发私信叫来
I'm
的。
also here because of
他叫我一定要
Nathan's
参加。
message.
原来我们都一样。
I responded to his message, but he never wrote back.
你们提到的内森
Who
先
is
生
this
是？
Nathan?
内森是李特的亲弟弟。说
That's
实话，他应该
younger
是我们遗书
brother.
里最想见到你的人，因为他也曾经是一名防卫军，而且
Maybe he thought they would all blame her, but it turns out they didn't. Out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be a part of the defense force himself, and
而且当年的旧都陷落，他所在的小队曾经被
his
指派为增
squad
援部队，
was
负责
responsible
支
for
援先行进入空洞的部队，
supporting the forces.
就包括你们。
So he was the one that didn't.
他和我们说了不下10次当时的情景。意识到空洞灾害过于严重，几支增援部队临时中断了增援计划。
Good night to Kulor. Thank you for joining in today.
他一直在
Hope you rest well.
但左右不了决策。
He also told us the story so many times when they saw how bad things were in that hollow. Some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could
那之
do.
后，他一直在自责，也一直想找到你道歉。但其实增援部队的撤退
I
是
guess
早
that must
晚
have
的
been
事
the client,
毕竟在他们撤退后不久，军
Nathan.
方总部自己也发出了撤退
He's
指
always
令。
blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize, but the truth is, reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official
作
order.
为遗属，一开始可能确实会记恨增援部队的
For a
行为，
while, we resented the
但时间
reinforcements
一
for
久
their decision,
其实也就理解
but
了，慢
we
慢
came
放
to
下。
understand it, and
那
eventually
是一场
let
必定
go.
会死亡的战斗，上头会选择保存力
In
量。
hindsight,
并不奇
it
怪
wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving
我
their
可以问一
strength.
下，内森先生在军队时
What
所
was
属
the
的小队
name
名称吗？
of Nathan's
黑
squad?
曜石营所属的英佩拉小队，
That was one of the squad of one of the girls, the Impera
没
squad.
事，只是有某个疑问。
I think I might have
或许被意
stumbled
外解
upon
开。
the answer I was looking for. After 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Caron stood there in a daze, seemingly having understood something. At that moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seemed someone had stepped onto the podium. The citizens all gathered in the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. It's the people we saved. According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. Could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment? 那左下角的弹幕滚动还不是这个新的。A Sphere, thank you so much to A Sphere for the 100 gifted subscriptions. Thank you for gifting to the community and contributing to our subathon. I hope you can get some sleep soon, since you mentioned you couldn't fall asleep. Thank you for gifting to the stream though. Let me know what color you like for your name, and then I can write you on the board after. Raining opals. Is that Zoe on the
他就是
platform?
发表演讲的士兵代表，倒也挺合理的。
Welcome back, Haven. You're half too sweet.
但怎么没看
Hopefully
见
you
其
can
色
get
恶
some
劣
rest
他
and
们都
fall
没来吗？
asleep. Thank you so much for your generous support. Let me know the color. You can let me know tomorrow too, and then we'll add you onto the board. I don't see Jesse or Aaron anywhere. Color-wise, you'll leave it to me. Okay.
接下来将由退役
I'll
士
use
兵
your
代表
name
伊
color.
洛西斯小队的
Amberdots
战
has
士
first time
大家
seen
发
this.
表釜
We
山
got
的演讲。
a couple of new emotes today, including the sweet arise. which is kind of like the Sweetisms of Rise. Welcome, Veil Psyduck, to the stream. Hello. Everyone, please quiet down. Zoe of Nemesis Squad. These are the...
来到现场的诸位，很荣幸我能代表广大防卫军士兵站在这里发言。今天
Together we gather to commemorate
是因
Remembrance
为过去
Day.
那惨痛的灾难，在这场灾难里，很多人丧失了自己的亲人、朋友，我也一样。在战斗中，
Every member of my squad
无
perished.
一人生还。
Are people actually trying to help Trigger? Zoe is also the sole survivor.
真实的亲朋永远消失在了空洞
Losing
中。
the friends you
这种
cherish
伤痛是刻骨铭
is a
心的，
pain that never
它理应伴
fades.
随我们一直存在，
It's a sorrow that will stay with us
还是未来。
now and forever.
但是，逝去士兵的家属们，请为你们的亲人感到骄傲。他们在旧都陷落里
The
战斗到
families
了
of
最
the
后一
fallen
刻，
soldiers, hold your
死
heads
亡不是
high
终结，
with pride for your loved ones.
是他们永恒的勋章。
They fought to the very last moment. Death isn't the end, nor a dishonor. It is their internal
在
medal.
不可阻挡的灾害面前捐躯，守住了今天的一切。他们完美履行了军人的职责。
They gave their
若
lives
没有他们
facing an
抛洒的热
unstoppable
血，爱丽
disaster,
都不可能得以留存，
exchanging
新
their
爱丽都不可能得
sacrifice
以重建。
for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have been risen
为
from
了
the
逝者的
ashes.
一致，向前看吧，新爱丽都人。我们对故人的思念与缅
In
怀，
honor of the wishes
将会
of
寄
the
托在目之所
departed,
及的每一寸烛
look
光里。
ahead,
每一
people
棵花
of
树
new
中，
Eridu. Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause. Yet, amidst the claps, she droops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting, or she the Nathan, before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes pause briefly on Charon, carrying a chilling aura.
我的发言原本到这里就结束了，
Oh,
但看样子诸位似乎很
Beauty mod.
那
Not
我
Nick!
就再讲。
Thank you, Not Nick, for the 30 months of support. Happy 30 months to Not Nick. Good night to Fuyu. Hope you rest well. Thank you for joining in today. The Wuthering Waves tournament was I think what I said towards the end was pretty accurate. I felt like I got pretty lucky in terms of the matchups and what happened. My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. Glad you enjoyed watching to Veil Sadek. Oops. It was quite exhilarating.
无非是觉得有了个抛下伤痛的台阶。生者总是如此，
The
为
reason
了不让他人的死亡压得自己喘不过气，总要
Oh.
寻求些借口来卸下重担，重新
the
开始
reason
生
you
活。
all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' death so that they can find a way to
这
start
便是
over.
今日的新爱丽都。一场巨大的灾害吞噬了旧都，还苟活着的人们为了忘记这场噩梦，不停地用珍惜
This
当
is
下、
the new
重新开
Eridu
始的话
of
术麻痹
today.
自己。
A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived kept saying things like treasure the moment and start afresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. Thank you, Pizza with Sold, for resubscribing. Happy 3 months! Thank you for the 3 months. 明朝前掌不是还要很久吗？
没有人会提
The
起
sweet,
那些在
the
临头
sweet
空
work
中
emote
牺牲的
is
士
really
兵。
funny. It's also really
没有人会
applicable.
探究他们为什么会牺牲。勇敢者死在了乙亥的浪潮中，怯弱者却可以活到今天。
No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. It is her. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught while the weak
新爱
survived.
丽都
This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking.
诸位的掌声让我意识到了，你们都认可这一套逻辑，你们全都有在旧都陷落时捐躯的亲
She
属。
was testing, or maybe baiting them. Had us in the first half, I know, right? It was like a switch went off. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital, and now you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on
若
from
连
them.
你们也选择忘却，那些逝者的牺牲究竟
What
还有什么意
meaning
义？
does the sacrifice of those who
你们
died
从未思
have
考过吗？
if you
自己的
all
日子为什么
choose
非
to
死不可？
forget?
为什么没人需要为他们的死负责？
Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die and why no one is responsible for their deaths?
佐伊女士，
Wait, I'm surprised they let her speak so much. Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for
看
your...
清楚了，我正在和这些丧失至亲的人
Open
说
your
话。
eyes. I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones.
如果死亡是逝者的勋章，伤痛就是生者所要背负的十字架。
If death
害怕沉
is
重，
the medal
逃
for
避
the
痛苦，
fallen,
只会让士兵们死不瞑目
and。pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest.
主动抚摸开裂的伤口，让感官永远
I
记
don't
住
think
这
that's
次刺骨的
true.
痛楚。
To tear
这
the
才是
wound
抚伤日真正的存在意义。
once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain. That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day.
我不这么认为。
I don't agree. Trigger also doesn't
没
agree.
想到你也来参加抚伤日活动。寻人的进展还顺利吗？看起来您似乎有话想说。
I didn't expect you, Karan, to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? The music intensifies. Thank you, Valsadek, for the kind words.
站在这里的人，有的靠着丈夫留下的抚恤金养大了女儿，有的凭借孩子最后的努力成功延续了生命，还有的受到
Karan has all
距
of
离了人生的
her
目标。
friends, relatives supporting her. Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister.
逝者们的意志，在这里的每一个人身上得到了延续。
Now moving on doesn't mean forgetting.
这是旧都陷落时的士兵们拼上性命想要换取的未来。
The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are
以
making
前
for
的我可能会更加
themselves
认同你
now.
说的话吧，但有人告诉我，伤痛与苦难也可以导
Pain
向希
and
望。
hardship can
有
lead
人
to
让我
hope.
看见，希望会传承，
They
而
help
不
me
是随着
see
生命的消散而毁
that
灭。
hope can be inherited and not just destroyed when life fades.
所以，我认为故人留给我们的，既不是割裂的伤口，
The
也绝
departed
不是沉
didn't
重的
leave
十字
us
架，
with
而是乐
wounds
曲。
or a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody.
我们每个人都保存着吹奏乐曲的口气。一开始吹奏时或许会很蹩脚，但终究会变得顺畅，染上我们自己的风格。
Every one of us holds a
使这和我们
harmonica
能
that
融为一
plays
体。
the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style. I like that song, Melody of Life. Until it merges with our soul.
您似乎很笃定这个观点，那您能回答我吗？故人
Tell
所
me
留下的
then.
乐曲，听起来又是一
What
种
kind
怎
of
样的曲？
melody is left behind by those we lost?
我并不笃定，目前也想象不出具体的旋律，
I'm not sure.
但我相信我选择的答案。
I can't picture
我
the
相信自
exact
己看到的
melody,
和听到的一
but
切
I。trust the answer I've chosen, and I trust everything I've seen and heard.
一个朦胧而轻飘飘的答
A
案。
vague and
是吗？
insubstantial
凯
answer.
柔，
Take care
我
of
确实没
Valsadek.
看错你。从见到你的那一刻起，我就明白，我们注定无法相互理解。
Roar！谢谢春风 for the hydrate。狐狸剩下的耐久时间结束之后，刚好是明朝前展开始，确实。Thank you, thank you, Lamb, for gifting a subscription to Veil Tech. Thank you for gifting them a subscription to the channel. I was right about you, Karan. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other. Clearly, they have very opposing and opposite views. Let me get some water. I will be right back. It looks like my sound is working so far. Take care to Florities. Thank you for joining in today, and hope you rest well. Let me get some water. I will be right back. Check out our new loading screen again. Me back. 我不困. I can't believe we've been streaming for over 12 hours. I'm guessing some people might have already. I think some people did wake up who went to sleep earlier. Thank you, Max, for the welcome back. And Nick, Moon Knight, Roy, Kicks, Jerks, Mafu, Jimmy Boy. Thank you, Vinesh, Agile, and Sonova Fat. It's only 12. I was one of them. Good morning to those who woke up. I hope you can get some rest to those who are still awake for a bit. But I think I'm almost done with our trigger quest. Let me pause our Spotify. I'll probably also get some rest after our trigger quest finishes. You fell asleep while I was writing names. Sounds very reasonable, given that not much was happening. I'm sorry you feel that way. That's true. Nick has been here since. Wait, did Roy fall asleep? I thought Roy doesn't fall asleep because Roy has to actually work. Side sweet asleep, says Nick. If Roy doesn't sleep, Roy replied right away. I was like, wait, Roy doesn't fall asleep. Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit. Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Karan looks thoughtfully in the direction she disappeared. What do you think, Proxy? Something is definitely off. Welcome back, Ko. Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground, like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. And after giving that kind of speech, where she basically flipped 180 mid-speech. Just as she finishes her sentence, the phone rings again. Shepard appears on the screen as you answer the phone call. Welcome back, Shy Pixel. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in Scout Outpost, he swallows back the words and clears his throat instead. Oh? They sent me a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. Thank you, Space Samurai. Send you the location shortly. One more hollow. Grand Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this. What do you plan on doing? We'll be with you till the end. Karan doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down on it, as if she's trying to decide. In the end, she tucks her harmonica away. Please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depth of the hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. She already knows it's her. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture, to stop her from crushing everything in front of her. Welcome back, Agile. Happy Friday. You leave the Remembrance Day event with Karan and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory. foreseeable she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser, but I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we can turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. That will be the only instant she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be the superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make the strategy succeed. See, the character quest continues seamlessly now. 语音包居然是中文的，是的。Piercing Rain
一起燃一下吧，小木安比，编号0号。女仆，接下来就是我的舞台。
接下来就是我的舞台。It's raining. Go go go! Trigger our sniper showdown. Show Grim Vulture, another communicator.
又是通讯息。作为狙击手，表达欲太强。
Time for one more cough drop.
是吗？能实时观察猎杀目标从挣扎到绝望的转变，我倒是觉得挺有利于精神健康的。
It flows together more smoothly. I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate.
真的还有必要用特殊处理过的
We know who you are, Zoe.
我本以为你已经没有隐藏的意思了。
你说的对，现在似乎再没有遮遮掩掩的必要了。涅莫西斯小队的狙击手
19 sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad send you my regards.
19，你也和我一样，是旧都陷落刚发生时被派入0号空洞实行镇压的
You
新
were
部队成员之
one of
一。
the advanced troops delayed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right?
诺克特小队、卡尔特斯小队、英佩拉小队，迄今为止的被害者
Ashley's going after the
全
other
都是这几支小
squads
队的成员。
because they didn't enter the Hollow
当初
to
原定要进入
reinforce
空
them,
洞增援先遣部队的小队成员
and that's why she's going after them.
涅莫西斯。你所属的小队因为缺少增援，除你以外，全员死于旧都陷落。你将
Your
队友
squad
死归咎于
lacking
增援部队的缺席
reinforcements
并向他们寻仇。
Lost
这是我所能
everyone
得出的推论。
except you. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. I see.
你和我一样，都因为旧都陷
Just
落
like me,
变得孑然一
the
身。
fall of the old capital left you entirely
狙
alone.
击手唯一的幸存者，被军方抛弃的弃子。
Don't you think we're very
觉
much
得我很
alike?
相像吗？
They have very different attitudes and
英
mentalities.
佩拉小队成员，也就是你想找的人，就要被我杀死的时候。
Does that mean karaoke?
说无论如何
Next
都要见
time.
到你。
The Impera squad member Nathan. He pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my
我除了
attention.
他以你，套出了你的各种情报，因为实在对你好奇的很，我还特意布了局，伪装成一个受害者。
I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you.
结果我们的经历简直如
It turns out we share the same story.
有着相
We even have the same PTSD syndromes.
几年过去了，队友临死前的身影始终烙印在我的眼前。
She also sees images,
只是你用可笑的幻
but
想
they interpret them very
踏
differently.
上了追寻队友幻影的路，在某个被同伴们的死亡折磨到呕吐痛哭的夜晚，我终于想明白了，他们出现在我眼前的意义。
One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. Thank you N99 for the hydrate. Is trigger DPS or support? Support. And so I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair. Do you really think this is what they'd want? What else would they want? To be like you? Playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their death when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture. Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. Welcome back, Choa. It was precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right. She's even going as far as to kill. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. It is quite the path of destruction. The client, Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, and the other revenge targets, they too will feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Thank you, Jenna, for the raid. Our stream will probably... I will probably go to sleep soon. But thank you for sending everyone over after. Hope your stream went well. Welcome everyone from Jenna's stream. This is my sweet pixel model that we debuted earlier for our 3-year subathon. Thank you, Termiest, for the 9 months resub. Happy 9 months. I do really like the pixel sweetly. Welcome everyone from Jenna's stream. I'm currently in the middle of our trigger story quest in ZZZ. I saw Jenna was also playing ZZZ. We also got a bunch of new emotes today. To those of you that are subscribed, we have a couple of new emotes. I do really like our sweet work with the fox funk. Thank you, Walk the Fox, for the 12 months resub. Happy 12 months. Thank you for the 1 year of support. I see quite a few of you have already discovered this sweet work. Thank you, Dice K-kun, for subscribing with Prime. Thank you for using your Prime subscription on the channel. Hope you get lots of rest after stream to Jenna. And thank you so much to Jenna for sending everyone over after. Appreciate it. Would Jenna get a emote just like our Phoebe? I see the Jenna. Jenna Jeep is like our Phoebe's peep. They've been spamming this in Jenna's stream. Sorry to Jenna if they've been spamming too much. I like the Jenna Jeep version of the Phoebe.
19，作为爱丽都防卫军的狙击手，
狐狸这么晚还在庆祝3周年直播，最近这2天直播晚一些。Grand Vulture, I will put an end to your actions here. Time for our sniper versus sniper. Welcome Neo Designs. Where are you? You are in the Sweden land. Welcome back, Abuse. 晚一点 We also have citizens arise. We also have our sweet arise. Sweet arise, citizens. Trigger. Time for our 1v1. Let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Glad you like the pixel model. 没有，待会儿睡觉之后直播时间暂停。Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat, relying on a show of hands to vote? Thank you, Neo Designs, for subscribing. Thank you for supporting this stream. Can't wait for the bamboo. The bamboo version. So when I kill them, I employ the same method. I see. The surety. Looks like I haven't made enough of a threat. I'm finishing the Trigger story, which a lot of people said was really good. The wind and rain are picking up. No one will hear your screams and cries as you die. Oops, wrong way. We made it to the deepest part of the hollow. Now it's time for the final showdown, we agreed. Foolish is the only way to put it. Oh, but when invulnerable. I've prepared a little gift for you. Oh! A trigger! I'm guessing it's the one we just shot. Sniper versus sniper time.
作为狙击手失格的，应该是被逼到死角的你。
We have your back, Trigger. All of her lights are shining. She went through so many emotions at once.
风向开始变了。
The wind is shifting. Take care to Neo Designs. Good luck with the work.
分散注意力。我会跨越你。
I will surpass you with my own melody. The 1v1 sniper showdown.
就用风做旋律的开头。
But they both got hit.
不要！
like our trigger one, our 1v1. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silent once more. Fall silent, leaving only the countless biting raindrops, attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
就你一个人吗？你的升降同伴呢？
Where's your friend, the proxy?
升降去解救人质了。接
The
下来，
proxy went to
我
rescue
想和你单独
everyone.
对话。
I want to speak with you alone. Oh, this picture with Trigger and Zoe.
狙击手应当时刻留意周边环境的变化，将环境纳入战术考量的一环。
Oh, her name is
蒙蔽了双眼，
a lot different in all the languages.
便是你的败意。
A sniper should always monitor changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
真没想到会被一个后生说教。
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster.
那块布挡住我的视线的时候，我就意识到你会利用视觉盲区进行移动。
I adjusted my aim
手
accordingly,
机的朝向，
but
可
I
惜最
still
终还是
couldn't
没能
hit
命中
you.
你的预判方向和精度都是正确的，我只是被这只
Oh, she was saved by the harmonica.
被我曾经的同伴再次救了一命。真想说这是冥冥之中的天意。
Are you trying to say this is
是
destiny?
同伴的意志在守护着你。我输给了遗骸的浪潮，输给了军方的背叛，现在又输给了你在
I
可
lost
笑
the
幻
wave
想
of
趋势下
ethereals,
做出的无心
the
之举。
military's betrayal, and now I lose to reckless actions driven by some ridiculous
你
fantasy.
的幻想，你的态度，你的存在本身，
Your
还
very
有这场战斗
existence
的结果，
is the
都是
greatest
对我的
denial
付出最
and
大的否定
insult
和侮
to
辱。
my
可你现
revenge.
在散发着更加缓和的仪态波动，简直像迎来了解脱。
You're emitting a much calmer ether energy now, almost as if you found relief.
我的眼睛正在逐渐变得模糊，我再
My vision is fading.
再也看不到
I
对
think
你
for her
濒
it
死的
probably
身
is
影
a kind of relief. She seems
虽
super
然受了致命伤，
set on her
却
revenge
感受
and
不到
vengeance
丝毫
arc.
痛苦。说是解脱，
Relief
倒也不
is
错。
not a bad thing.
由我来杀你，难道从一开始你就是这么打算的吗？
Did you intend for me to kill you from the
让
start?
我用一段往事来回答你吧。第一次
Was she
见
planned
你
this?
其实是在旧都陷落的时候，
The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the
我
old
的队友
capital.
们全死了。开始行动前，上层允诺会派来的增援部队也迟迟未到。
Did she bring her
挣
back?
扎了多久，我最终还是选择了撤退。
My comrades were all
把同伴们的
dead,
尸首带回去。
and the reinforcements the higher ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. That doesn't seem like a fatal area, but it seems like she is not interested in seeking medical help.
我穿过一道又一道战线，先前部队几乎全死光了。但在经过某一处战线时，有一支幸存的
I
小
made
队
my way
加入
through
我。
one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out, but when I reached a certain front, was it her team? A small squad of survivors called out to me.
很少有人能在严重侵蚀和受伤的情况下还站立着，
Oh yeah, where's her squad?
全都还在战斗。他们一边守护着一个双目侵蚀、
历劫昏迷的少女，
Few
一边
people
寻找着离开空洞的路。
can still stand after such severe corruption and injury. But all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the
他们
hollow.
告诉我，自己已经没救了。如果我想撤退，请务必把这名少女带上。
And she was the one that ended up
可能是
rescuing
一
her.
群将要战死的英勇军人的遗愿。
They told me they were beyond saving. And if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in
你的
battle.
队友们把你的性命托付给了我，
Your comrades entrusted your
是
life
我
to
把
me.
你救出了空洞。
I was the one who brought you out of the hollow.
后来发生的事，你也都知道了。
So she was the one that saved
随
her.
后的你不久就离开了军队，
You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the defense force after you came to, just like
我
me.
患上了 PTSD， 严重的时候连正常对话都做不到。但对我来说，
They were also like a family to trigger. I developed
对我这个
intense
孤儿来说，
PTSD.
他们就像家人一样。如果当时增援部队遵守了约定，赶来为我们提供火力援助，
But she blames the reinforcements.
你难道不会有这种想法吗？
If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
说没有肯定是骗人的，但我想你心里应该很清楚，自我们踏入空洞的那一刻起，获救的结局
Say I
已经注
don't
定不可能
would
发
be a
生。
lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting
当时
saved.
空洞扩散，野害增加的速度，必须押上大量防卫军的性命才能进行镇压。短时间内根本
It
不可能实
wasn't
现。
something that could have been accomplished in
以增援
such
部
a
队的
short
规模，
time.
不过是杯水车薪，
The
徒增
reinforcements
牺牲。
would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without result.
终止增援计划，已经进入空洞的先遣部队尽可能营救受灾民众，减小人员伤亡。我想绝大多数指挥官
Canceling reinforcements. Sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
客观而冰冷的逻辑，我当然明白。
I understand the
但当你
logic.
在几年后看到当初增援部队的成员还过着幸福的生活，真的还能维持住理性
But
吗？
when you see members of the reinforcements living happy years later, can you still keep your
我
composure?
做不到，
I
哪怕是在
couldn't.
微小的几率，我也希望同伴能够生存下来。但那些人让这个概率变成了0，还有脸去拥抱安稳的未来。
Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to 0 and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future.
我做不到
I'm
那
sad
些
for everyone.
等我回过
Or
神来
rather,
时，
our Grim
已经是
Vulture
好几个人。
doesn't have it easy either. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives.
那次，当我绑走并准备杀死他时，恳求我放他一条生路，说无论如何都有东西要先交给你。
Nathan,
也就是那时，
when I tied
你
him up,
再次进入了我的视
I
野。
was about to kill him. He begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you. That was when you re-entered my line of sight.
我应该说过吧，我们很是相似，却有着完全相反的观念。见到你之后，我更加确信了，
We're very
在
similar,
苦难
yet
面前，我选
we
择
have
了毁
completely
灭，
opposite
而你
beliefs.
注定会选择守护。
In the face of suffering, I chose destruction. while you were destined to choose to protect.
但你仍然深陷在对队友的执念中，长此以往，迟早会陷入虚无的深渊里。你的希望像泡沫一样，随时可能破裂。
But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble ready to burst at any
我想
moment.
要杀死的，必须是完整的你，可以正面否定我的答案的你。如果你还没找到你的答案，那
The
就由我来
version
推
of
动
you I
你的
want to
前进。
kill is the complete one who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward.
由我来杀死你，或由你来了结我，哪边都可以。不，见证了你的成长后，或许我更希望让你跨过我的尸体。
I kill you or you
这就是
end
最终
me.
答案。
Either way works, but after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
为什么？
But why?
空虚与动摇。
Emptiness and
无论
doubt.
杀了多少个复仇目标，一切都没有丝毫的改变。把枪口
Because
对
even
准昔
taking
日的
revenge
同僚
doesn't make her feel any
在
better.
仇恨和怒火得到满足过后，剩下的只有一地的虚无。
All that left was a hollow emptiness. Because nothing can bring her squad mates back.
而你不一样，你拥有了无条件信任你的圣枪，拥有了深入我的陷阱里作战的勇气，
But you're different.
迟早也会拥有
You've gained that
独属于你的
unconditional
一曲
trust
旋律。
from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely
我的
yours.
信念动摇了，我终于想
My
起了，
belief has faltered.
我的队友们其实也都是和你
I
一样的
finally
傻子。
remembered my squad mates were all fools just like you.
你说的对，
They would have
他们
never
绝不
want
会
me to
希望我
become
变
this
成这
way.
样。说是背负他们的十字架，我其实根本没有继承他们的意
They talk
志。
about carrying their cross, but in truth, I never carried their will.
你就带着人质离开吧。
So take the
沾染了
hostage
他人鲜
and
血的
go.
恶人，只适合凄惨的死去。
A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable
我
end.
很期待，你究竟还能守护眼前的一切到什么时候？
I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes. Charon doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet-marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. The melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moment.
挨了一发子弹，竟然还能吹走，真不可思议。
It can still be played after taking a bullet.
这是献
Impressive.
给你的最后一曲，无论你有多不堪，我还是会记住。记住我们曾有着相同
The
的命运
saddest
轨道
groceries. This
曾
quest
经
is
却划
really
向了完全
sad.
相反的两端。
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember, we once shared the same path in life, but in the end, our paths
你的
diverged.
仇恨早已扭曲成罪恶，但若不是你，我想我不可能学会仇恨的方式，找到应该去恨的目标。
Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate or found the true targets of my hatred.
我曾是个一无所知的人，同伴们担任我的老师，教会了我很多知识。
I think
我想
you
你一定是我的最后一
must
位老
be
师，
my final teacher.
用最浓烈的方式教会我何谓仇恨的老师。
You taught me in the most intense way what hatred truly means.
是吗？你也有了想要复仇的对象了吗？
You found someone you want revenge against?
也好。
That's good. The melody of homecoming plays on as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amidst a relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. And then we leave our hollow. I wasn't expecting such a turn of events. Welcome back to D's. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the hollow, anonymously report things to public security, and update Shepard. The series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepard, you receive his message calling you to Port Elpis. Especially with cough, makes it so realistic. The extra coughing. Thank you, little bad chomp. Proxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepard, he, the client, and the rescue Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Well, there's a hidden journal in this scene. Let's go talk to them. Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought, when the wind changed and the failing banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waiting for her sight to clear, and then resumed sniping. So she really did decide that perhaps it was better for Trigger to end her life. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I'm your favorite VTuber whenever I stream ZZZ. Am I not your favorite VTuber when I don't stream ZZZ? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal. And she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I had truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Her feelings must have been very complicated. Proxa, you told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier gazing out at the sea. Oh, it's like me and my parking lot review. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another one of Grim Vulture's victims. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate, and it may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. Alright, let's go. Look around and get ready before meeting with the client, Nathan. And then we have Trigger over here. Oh, and then this is Aaron. So we can talk to some of the other people that we rescued. I'm your favorite streamer when I raid parking lots. Talk to the... Oh, check the trash can. Talk to the cat. Okay, let me see. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. My ribs are fractured. I never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. Oh, and then she knocked her out. Zoe tied me up in a room and poor Elpis told me her reasons for killing and was about to shoot me. All I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her. Back then, outside the hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat. But my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where is she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointed at my throat. Just repeating those few sentences over and over. Until she admitted that she had killed my friend. I will never forgive her, even if choosing to retreat was my mistake. Even if she carried the pain of losing her companions, I had only one thought: to take her down with me. I couldn't break free from the ropes, couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me, but she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred, her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength and then left with those words. How many innocent lives has she taken so far? How many families have been torn apart because of her? And she still dares to call me scum. But now that she's dead, there's no point in saying anything anymore. My friend will never come back, and I can never forget the fall of the old capital, nor the series of nightmares that have followed recently. If I can meet her again in hell after I die, then I'll settle the score with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. I wasn't expecting such a dark side story. But there's a cat in the trash can. But was it where I started? Oh, I see it! The cat! Strange black cat. An ordinary, unremarkable trash can. There was only one reason for stopping in front of this trash can. The first time Grim Vulture was seen disguised as an ordinary person, she was standing silently next to this trash can gazing at the sea. Thank you, Ranesh, for the hydrate. Lifting the lid of the trash can, among a pile of crumpled food wrappers and discarded ether batteries smelling of seawater, you'll find some torn pieces of paper scattered here and there. It was easy to identify them as pages from a notebook that had been deliberately torn apart. It seems what Grim Vulture discarded in here wasn't just ether batteries. You quickly sort and piece together the torn papers. Now, the contents are fully readable. It seems to be a diary. Oh. The captain came to talk with me again today. Ever since I took down that elite ethereal in the last mission, word's been spreading about a Nemesis squad having an ace sniper. It's quite troublesome. A bunch of rookies went to the captain saying they wanted my guidance to improve their sniping skills. Are they underestimating what it means to be a sniper? Do they really think sniping is something you can just pick up whenever you feel like it? I've dedicated every waking moment of my life to training, all to become a sniper capable of taking down any target. Without the resolve to take another's life, you'll never become a proper sniper. The codename Grim Vulture represents the weight and bloodshed behind sniping. Like a vulture feeding on corpses, I hunt for death, wrapping myself in its scent. I was going to turn the captain down, but Peregrine told me I've been too tense lately. I should try accepting the captain's proposal. It would give me the chance to socialize and mingle. I guess I'll think about how to teach those juniors. Though honestly, I feel like snipers should just let their guns do the talking. Got a serious talking to. I see this is our Grim Vulture's diary. He asked me why my method of teaching juniors involved taking them into the hollow for live fire combat training. What if something happened to them? Are captains being too naive? If they choose to join the defense force, how can they protect Eridu without being prepared to put their lives on the line? Many techniques and tactics can only be awakened and understood when faced with death's door. I was just teaching them through the most effective way I could think of. Besides, if they get hurt in this kind of real combat, doesn't that mean they weren't cut out for it? To learn my skills, you need the talent to back it up. In the end, the captain called off the training. Just when I was starting to enjoy teaching. Just when I was starting to think it might not be so bad to pass my sniper skills down to some capable junior. Peregrine tried to comfort me, saying I'll have another chance to take on students someday. But who knows how long I'll have to wait, or if that student will even have what it takes. When I get to teach again, I'm definitely going to develop this training method further. I'll throw them into the hollow, make them survive my sniper fire, force them to use the environment and psychological warfare to counter me. That's what she did against Trigger! As long as they're not too unlucky and manage to survive, they'll definitely learn everything I've got. When that time comes, Eridu will have another guardian. I'm actually looking forward to it. Come to think of it, Peregrine's been acting pretty suspicious lately. So her plan, she was trying to, I guess, both test and train Trigger. After our mission, our captain and the squad called me to the dorm. When I opened the door, I saw balloons everywhere and a huge birthday cake. Turns out, it was my birthday. They'd been secretly preparing the celebration for a while. Our captain apologized about the new recruit training incident from before and gave me a stunningly beautiful outfit. Everyone was chattering excitedly while sharing cake and stuffing gift boxes of all sizes into my hands. And then Peregrine got down on one knee and proposed to me with a ring. Though I'd agreed to date him before, I never really understood all this romance stuff and stayed pretty distant with him. But he said that's exactly what he loves about me. How I'm all about sniping and a bit clumsy in everyday life. He even thinks my codename, Grim Vulture, which sounds scary to most, is cute. That idiot. He really didn't need to add that last part. Though I didn't show it then. I was actually overjoyed with him there, with everyone from the squad. This must be the happiest moment of my life so far. Why did I have to be so shy then? To the point where I couldn't even give him an answer, saying something like, "Let me think about it. I should find the right moment to say yes." That's what I'll do. I see. After we return from our next mission, I definitely want to wear that beautiful outfit and tell everyone. The old diary, filled with memories of the past, comes to an abrupt end here. I see. This is the diary that explains, I guess it puts a lot more perspective on why she was really upset. That why they didn't send reinforcements. 'Cause she had so much that she really cared about. Everyone in her squad died. Trigger and Nathan. These stories are a lot darker. 晚安 Potato. You're the sniper from Liar Squad. And this was before her. Her diary was all the way before her squad members died. You must be Nathan, the younger brother of Let.
是的，很抱歉，这次给您添了不小的麻烦，差点连命都丢了。
I am caught up to the main story quest. I'm really excited for part 2.
可能这就是我当初对哥哥和其他防卫军见死不救的报应吧。
I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life. Becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get. Not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then.
增援部队决定全体撤退时，我曾表示过反对。已经进入空洞的士兵里有我的家人。
When the reinforcements
最终还是没有勇气
decided to retreat,
踏出那很可能会搭上我性命的一步。
I spoke out against
对
it.
不起，
I had family among the soldiers already in the hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
不必后悔，也不必道歉。
Welcome back to Sidon. I will be resting after our trigger quest.
仍在思念着他，
这个故事讲得很好。I really like the trigger
这就足够了。
story quest. You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You care deeply for Let, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
谢谢你。听说您这几年来一直在寻找里拉小队的各位，在执念
I
上。
heard you've been searching for members of the Liar
感
Squad.
谢您所做的一切，
Please
但以后还请
stop
不要继
the
续寻找了，
search.
请重新开始属于
Time
您
for
自己
you
的
to
人生
start
吧。
living a life that's truly your
作
own.
为家属，我实在不想说这种话，但他们在那时候
I
已
hate
经
to say this as a family member, but back then, they were
我知
already.
道，您可以不用说下去。我
I
不过是
know.
沉溺在自己编织的幻想里，做了几年的梦罢了。
I've been drowning in a fantasy of
但
my
也正因
own
这场梦，
for a
我才没
few
有坠入
years.
深渊。
But it's also this fantasy that kept me from falling into the
内森
abyss.
先生，19告诉我，你有东西想交给我。
Remembrance told me
请
you
问您
have
是因为
something
这
you
个
want
原
to
因
give
才
to
会发布
me.
委托，试图找到我吗？
是的。在知道了您和队友们的情谊后，如果没能把这东西交给你，
I got on my knees
我想我会死不
begged
瞑目。
Grim Vulture,
所以我跪下来求施救，
even
甚至
playing
把
this
这段录音
recording
送给他
for her,
听，希望能感动他。
hoping it would move her.
不管过程如何，总之他没被摧毁，我也活着站在了这里，可以把他送到您的手
I
上。
wonder what it is. Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. Liar Squad's tape. A tape from the squad discovered by Nathan, this long sealed recording sparked the series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape surface shows somewhere, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was recorded just yesterday.
这是我在整理哥哥的遗物时发现的，被尘封了好几年。
I found this while going through my brother's belongings.
我想，这一定是里拉小队准备送给你，最后却没能送出的礼
It
物。
was a gift Liar Squad made for Trigger.
十分感谢。
Can I listen to it
我
now?
可以现在和我的绳匠一起听一听吗？
和我还有哥哥一起。
I thought we were just here to
我还以为
collect
今天我
commission
们来这
fee
里能
today.
做的只有领取委托费呢。
要听的话请便，至于委托费，稍后就会付给二位。
Go ahead.
请不
I'll
必
pay
担
you
心。
the commission fee shortly after. Nathan takes a step back. Karen looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand, feeling the warmth and strength in her palm. She presses the play button.
喂， 喂喂，录音带确认已正常运作。这是一段来自里拉小队的给我们的小狙击手的留言。
Message from Liar Squad for our little
大
sniper.
家准备好了吗？我数3、2。
On a count of 3, 2, 1. Aww. Congrats on your 1000th day with the Liar Squad.
你们几个也太不整齐了。队长，能不能重录啊？这么重要的纪念日，纪念
Can we try again?
才行。
Today is Trigger's big day. The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
这是我们的突击手阿克荣，他特别在意美感，
That's our assault
无论
specialist.
是战斗还是日常。
And she was into fashion.
他教
Oops.
他才不是那么在意这种小失误的人。
Trigger won't care for a little bit off. Forget the re-record.
再晚就没货了。
Let's get it done and order the cake.
他是我们的医疗兵科技托斯，平时是个懒散又油嘴滑舌的人，但其实很厉害，也很温柔。很多
That's
非
our
正规的
medic,
剑走偏锋的交涉和处事手段，
cutest.
都是他
He's
教我。
usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling
你们俩
things.
别在录音室吵架。
So this had everyone
提前定好了，
on the
再好好
squad
下去，这段录音就真得重录了，全是废话。
stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If we keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this.
斯提克斯，
And that was
我们
Styx.
可靠的伙伴手。
That's a bad day for Rain.
很喜欢晒女儿，还有晒
He
到
was
妻
our
子的恋爱往事。
reliable artillery
他知
specialist.
道妻子的过程，令我受益匪浅。
He's the oldest in the squad and loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
都别闹了，队长生起气来有多可怕，你们清楚。队长，还是让你先。
Calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side.
都没关系的。
Captain, would you like to go
我们的侦
first?
察首间工程师，
And that was the brother.
他因为弟弟的优秀而有些自卑，比较内向，但其实很厉害。
Congrats, Hazy, on
教
Encore
会
and
了我精细的
Shorekeeper.
观察力、沉着的现场执行力以及环境利用
He's a
能
bit
力。
self-conscious, and because of how his younger brother excels, and is somewhat introverted, but he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the
感谢大家能
environment.
在我发火之前安静下来。没关系的，前面这一段不
Thank
用
you all
讲
for
得我
settling down before I completely lose my
吵闹又乱
cool.
七八糟，这才是我们
Fine, no
理
need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it
他
as it
是我
is.
们的队长，接纳了我，教会我吹口琴的人。
And this is the real Captain Karan.
关于这
I'll
个，
make sure to explain properly
在
to
之后
you
我会好好
later.
向你解释的。
正如你所听到的，这段录音是我们5个准备的一点小礼物。
How
时
time
间过得真快。
flies.
2年半前，我把你带回队里时，你还是个跟谁说话都会涨红脸的孩子。
When I brought you into the squad 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you
这
talked
一
to
千天以
someone.
来，为了能跟上我们的战斗节奏，真的辛苦你了。你表现的真的非常好。上次行动狙杀了那只高危蚁孩，可是帮了阿克荣大忙。
Over these 1000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot.
虽然不想承认，但上次我确实突进的太过深入了，多亏了你的解围。仅限这一次，在战斗的美感上，确实是你。
I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that
你
fight.
做的好的可不止这次哦。自从你学会了快速
It wasn't just that fight.
我们受伤的次数也变得越来越少了。
Ever since you became a quicker shot
一下子就减半了。
and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So cheers.
总会担心自己不够，但事实是，这2年半里，你已经把我潜伏、侦查和战术反击的所有本领都学走了。
Everyone almost had what's turned into, it was their congratulation message, but it's turned into their last words. You often worry about not doing enough, but in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
有你在后方，战斗都变得安心多了。就是社交和恋爱这些，你还得再多学学。
But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life. She's not leaving us. That must have been why they tried so hard to protect her too. She was their youngest member and their newest. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years.
不好意思，扯远了。总之，你有天赋，也肯努力，在1000天的相处里，也逐渐
Over these 1000 days,
甚至反过来鼓励我们。
You've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us.
但我必须说一点，你总是敏感又善良，每次看到我们负伤，都会像快要碎掉一般难过。我们的对视，
But you're always so sensitive
彼此的后背，
and
是不是
kind.
给了你太大负担了？
Every time you see us hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden
我
for
能理
you?
解你的心情，队友把后背托付给了你，第一反应肯定是想守护好嘛。但
I
这是
get
不
how
对
you
的，
feel.
没有什么人能做到独自扛起所有。
When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything
不要想着
alone.
自己承担一切，踏入战场战斗是我的意志，要做的也是我的意志。
Thank you, Steamy, for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Thank you. Thank you for sending everyone over after. So I will probably stop after our trigger quest is over. Roar! Welcome back to Steamy and everyone from Steamy's community. Thank you, Jerks, for the hydrate. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it, share yours with me, and when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
只要你拼命去战斗过了，就不存在什么不成功守护，因为你的意志，我们的意志都会得以保留，化作各种形式延续下去。
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something. Because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
所以，也不要把守护看作沉重的责任。
Don't let that weigh on you.
多相信一下我们的
Try
能
to
力吧，
trust in us,
就像我们无条件相信你那样。
just like we trust in you.
我也有过和你一样钻牛角尖的时候，后来也想通了，什么守护彼此，什么意志，说白了就像狗进去一样，即便物是人非。
All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe. It's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
就是这样。说实话，我有时候真的很害怕，害怕未来的某一天，你会自责于某
I'm
个人
sometimes
保护好我，
terrified,
从而变得支离破碎。
afraid that someday you'll blame yourself
我才想录下这段话。
for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record
不
this
要试图一
message.
个人扛起所有，好吗？或许你可以试着更加依赖我们，彻底把脆弱的后背托付给我们。因为我们的意志
Don't
早
try
已
to
与你
bear
同在
everything alone.
我们是同伴。
Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades.
说了那么多肉麻的话，感觉都有点不像我了。
This is getting way too sentimental. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burden, even if it isn't us.
在最后，我们想把最熟悉的那首歌送给你。假如刚才这些话
That's
理
the
解起来
homecoming
实在是太过抽
song.
象，就直接用
Welcome
音乐
back,
感受吧。
Osend.
请欣赏我的得意之作《归乡》。
Please enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming. The old cassette plays a familiar tune. It sounds crisp and clear, as though it were recorded just yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent. You turn to the woman who calls herself Karan as she desperately wipes away uncontrollable tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair, and then, at last, she lifts her head.
生姜，还记得吗？我曾害怕知道的。
Maybe now she can be happy to see all their faces. Did you remember, Proxy? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
现在能看得真切
Can you see them clearly now?
十分清晰，仿佛回到了别离的那个
As
瞬
if I've
间。
returned to the exact moment of parting. Saw the other 5.
是吗？原来这就是我们的最后一夜。
There's so many ethereals in the back. So this is our last glance. And that is one big anemone in the back too.
这就是你们想让我找到的答案。
This is the answer you wanted me to find.
谢谢，一直以来，谢谢你们。
Thank you for everything all this time. After meeting with Nathan, you spend a long time with Karan at Port Elpis, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word because you both know it'll be soon time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
生姜，不，哲，林。
Maybe she'll tell us her name
这段时
here.
间真的麻烦二位了。
就队友都以
为了
害
我的
化
私事，
为何
费了那么多
害
的心，
害化了。
你们对我的帮助，不是用简单的语言可以描述的。
Thank you to Wise and
不麻烦
Bao.
老实说
No
我和
trouble.
林最近也因为私事有些迷茫，在这时认识了你，总感觉格外亲切。
Bao and I have been a bit lost lately because of some personal matters, because they're also trying to look for their teacher. But meeting you has felt somehow comforting. We learned a lot
就像
from
哥
you
哥说的，
too.
和你一起的经历也让我们得到了收获，至少我现在心情明朗了不少。我们的意志一直是同
That is
在的，
clarity.
不是吗？
I guess our wills have always been aligned.
是呢。在我陷入自我怀疑、不可自拔的时候，谢谢有你们站在我身边。你们说的没错，我们早就是托付了彼此后辈的同伴了。
When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other.
正因为如此，
Because of that,
正因为我们是同伴，
her pink color.
二位，今天我
Please
说
hear，me out.
或许你们也察觉到了，
Karan isn't actually my
对不
code
起
name.
其实我一直对你们有所隐瞒。卡戎，并不是我真正的代号，正如我之前所说。
Karan was my
Karan 是我的
captain's
队长的代
code
号。
name.
初次见到二位时，我并不想透露自己的代号，因为
I
我
didn't
认
want
为
to tell you my
没能
code
守护好
name
队友的人，没资格拥有代号。
because she thought
所
she
以我说了谎。
didn't have a right.
卡戎队长和我一样是孤儿出身，没有任何可以悼念他的家属。我
But
用
she
着他的
wanted
代
to
号，
carry on her name.
因为我也许是世界上
I've
最
been
后一
using
个还
her
会记得
code
他的
name
人。
because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers
但我
her.
清楚，
But
如果我想继续向前迈进，就不能再这样躲在
I
谎言
want
的
to
躯壳里
keep
了。
moving forward.
二
I
位，
can't keep
其实我真正的代号是
hiding behind a lie. My true code name is. Stop her from continuing.
现在还不是说的时候。
You don't have to tell us. right now.
卡荣，在港口的时候，内森先生和你单独
Was
对话过。
Nathan offering you a
他是向你
chance
抛
to
出了回到防
return?
卫军的橄榄枝吗？
是的，他告
He
诉我，
said
他有个还在
he
防
still
卫军
has
的
a
朋
friend
友，
in the
目
defense
前正在组
force.
建新的小队。如果我和那个人有着相同的目标，可以考虑去投靠那支新小
And
队。
if my goals align with theirs, I could
那么
continue joining
你
them.
的决定是什么？
那个人，那支全新的小队的目的，和我这次经历
Oh,
之
and
后
then
完
that's
成
how
的
she
目标是一
joined
致的。
the defense force
所
again.
以，我会回到新爱丽都防卫军，
She's finally
在
moving
新的
on.
团队里继续追寻目标。
Your
你的
new
新目
goal
标
is,
是彻查旧都线路吗？
are you going to look further into the vault?
是的。与狮鹫的接触让我意识到了，
My encounter with
这
Grim
是我真
Vulture
正的复仇。
has made me realize this should be the true form of my
我会找
vengeance.
到引发旧都线路的真正罪魁祸首
There are。a lot of people who's aligned on
得到
this
应有的报
to
应。
discover the culprits behind the old capital's
要向
fall.
我收取代价，我可以押上我这条性命。
If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life.
我有预
And
感，
that's the goal of Phaethon, it's also the
幕
goal
后
of
黑手的再度
Miyabi.
降临不会很遥远。为了守护住我的队友们所留下的、所珍视的这座都市，
Have a gut feeling the
我绝不会允许
masterminds
悲剧再度发生。
will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to
让守护的
happen
意志驾
again.
驭仇恨，我便拥有了瞄向真相的决
I'm
心。
guessing maybe she doesn't. And you wonder if Trigger doesn't suspect Carol. Feels like she either knows a bit more or she believes there is like a conspiracy. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim towards the truth. That's exactly why we can't be completely honest with each other
果
right
然和我
now.
想的一样。如果是这样，那眼下的我们还不
Or
应该
maybe,
知道你
I
真
guess
正的
here
爱
they
好
touch upon it actually.
不应该在这个时候
If that's the
向对
case,
方托付彼此的后背。
then for now we probably shouldn't learn your true code name or lean on each other too much. Bob probably thinks Trigger won't want to hang out with us after she learns that we were
你
Carol
想说我们
Arna's
所处的立
students.
场是相反的吗？
Are you saying we're on opposite
不
sides?
是这样的。或许我们会走上不同的道路，但总会通往相同的终点。
We might walk
只
different
是现
paths,
在，
but those paths
更进一步
will
的类
lead
型
us to the
我们还不
same
能说。
destination. It's just that for now, we can't say any more than that. And right now, we're still very powerless. We're
在面对
powering
过
up
失就像
soon.
狠辣的敌人之后，我们再一次感到了自己的无力。看着你靠着自己的能力反击，被子弹击中，险些丧命的
Thank
情
you,
景，
Zach, for the
那
hydrate.
种感觉，我们还远没有强大到
We're nowhere
足以
near
保护
strong
好你的
enough.
后背，
Okay, we'll be leveling
也
up
远没有强大到
very soon.
可以把过去
And
的
then
故事向你
2.x
和盘托出。
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes hold of each of your hands and brings them together at her chest.
升降，如果这是你们带着点任性的个人原则，我会好好配合的。
If this is your slightly
但你们曾是我的
selfish
绳将，
principle,
我会将
I'll
这份记
respect
忆
it.
一直封存在脑海中，
If you
作
were
为我
once
的珍藏。
my proxies, I'll keep this memory locked away as something I
若正如你
cherish.
们所说，我们的终点相同，那就让我们在各自的道路上努力，变得更加强大吧。下一次相遇，我会告
I
诉你
see.
们我真正的代号。
If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true code
我希望
name.
我们能成为同伴。我希望自己
I
的
hope we
旋
can
律
become true
一直
comrades.
有你们的身影存在。
I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
一言为定。我
We'll
们一定会再
definitely
见的
meet again. You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk further and further away. A Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
您好，我是由原爱丽都防卫军黑曜石英佩拉小队的内森长官推荐过来的。原猫眼是由米拉小队
Chrysoberyl
狙击手。
Division. Originally of New Eridu Defense Force Obsidian Division.
您就是我的上级派我来接应的那位。 听说您独自解决了针对防卫军的连环杀人凶手，新安里都防卫军随时欢迎您的复工。那么我这边再确认
Let
一
me
下信息。
confirm a
没
few
问题的话就带
details.
您去军营。
Which squad are you
请问
applying?
您申请加入的小队是？
申
Codename?
请加入的小队是黑曜石营的奥布勒斯小队。
The Opal
代号
squad.
的话，
Codename
我是
Trigger.
里拉小队的班机。
I was Trigger of Liar Squad. I see. And then this is the end of our Trigger story quest. You must grow, get stronger, and gain greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her, we must hear her real code name.
Right.
Thank you, Chloix, for the 19 months resub. Happy 1 year and 7 months.
Hug.
Oh. Wait, what's this part? Bow if we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate but now walk completely different paths. I feel like... Oh, so same fate. I feel like this will definitely come to pass. What would you choose to do? I feel like this part's definitely foreshadowing. I would seek mutual understanding. I would defeat them both in combat and ideology. That really sounds like something you'd say. If the time ever comes, let's seek mutual understanding with the other party together. Phaethon should face everything together, right? What if one day we and Wise are at odds? So far, it seems like our brother and I are, your sibling and you are very aligned. After everything that's happened, I'm feeling a bit tired. Well, then this is the end of our story quest. I kind of like how seamless it was. It wasn't the you go in and out of the story. Caught up to our Trigger story quest. It's time to quickly pull for Trigger.